to
the
make sure
history
that
and
each
the
and every one of us who has been in the back
have started
burner
again.
before this time
The teachings
wakes up from our slumber
and the
begin.
origin of the history of Biafra, Igodomigodo,
Can I continue? Should I?
the ancient
yes, please.
history
Continue.
of our people.
Okay. I want to thank our able and amiable, indefatigable leader and our prophet, Nnamdi Nwanke Nwokuchukwu Kanu, who came at this time. This is exactly 12 years ago. He began to shout on top of his voice, calling us to a clarion call to awaken us, those of us who were sleeping and slumbering. My heart goes to him. My prayer every day goes to him. I want to say thank you to him. I also want to use this opportunity to thank my Prime Minister, the Iduu of Ebonyi State, Epa Simon Njoku, the ESN. I make a shout out to him. Anybody who gets closer to him, to tell him that his people are praying for him 24 hours a day. We love him. What he's doing, we like it. He's making things happen for us. And because of Brigitte, majority of us who were shut up in the last 7 years have woken up again, because they threatened brimstone and fire. They caught some of us. They tried to kill us. They tried to shoot us. They bastardized us, brutalized us. And we are still here today. I want to say thank you to him. I also want to give a shout out and a prayer to all of our foot soldiers who are out there. I pray for them that they will run through troops and they'll leap over walls. Even when they fall on weapons of war, they will not get hurt, and none of them will break their ranks. I want to use this opportunity also to say thank you, University. Thank you, Professor. The daughters, I thank you. Prince Esiri, wonderful submission there. That was great. That was powerful. Then Otunwa, great, beautiful. And my brother just spoke, actually did a nice job. In fact, they actually spoke what I wanted to say, but that does not mean that I will not continue from where they start. I appreciate you all. To those who have not mentioned, I want to say thank you. And I also want this opportunity to say thank you for the university. The university in my language is called Mahadum, a place where everything is taught and every knowledge is acquired. Urobo, Isoko, Igodomigodo, I want to say thank you for coming. I pray Chukwu Biama will also give you listening ears and a heart to contain or absorb the things that we are going to be sharing today. I personally, I am so elated. I am so happy. In fact, to be frank with you, I am the most happy person on earth the day the university came on board. Why? I'm the most happy person because the university has brought back to us something that my forefathers abandoned somewhere in the land there, that the land of contention, the place where they are contending, where the entire brouhaha and where all the problems, the quagmires, the challenge is coming from, is actually no other place than the ground that belongs to my own forefather. And I'm going to tell you how it belongs to my forefathers. I will tell you who my forefather is, and I will tell you who your forefather is. This day, we are going to look at them clearly, and I'm begging you one thing. This is what I'm going to beg each and every one of us. Please, whatever you hear from me, I'm not going to tell you that it is 100%, but whatever you hear from me can be taken to anywhere in the world. You can take it to the Most High. You can take it to Europe. You can take it to Rome. You can take it to America. You can take it to anywhere under this sun or above the sun, and nobody will tell you that it is false. That is one challenge that the Most High has challenged me with, and it is not easy. What I'm passing through to bring this message to us was not easy. It wasn't easy. To be frank with you, I've left the church in the last 10 years. I pastored the church in the Christian church for 10 years. I was there. I was virtually everywhere. in evangelism, I was there. In church building, church planting, even building the structures, I was there. But when the time came for this moment, in 2014, I made up my mind to walk away and bring the truth to my people. So what am I going to say today? The daughters have prayed for us, because today I wanted to ask if I was permitted to pray, but no problem. She has prayed for us. All I'm going to say is that Chukokika Biama, Chinkezro Kenime, Okaka, Chianje Mono, Nandenso, Papa Nkeligwe, the one who knows all things and has made all things beautiful and available to us, will continue to keep each and every one of us. To those that want to understand the truth, he is going to keep you and divulge the truth to you, and he will make you an enabling instrument to do his work. Thank you, every one of you. Thank you. I say thank you. And if you're hearing me, please, I would like you to reply to say thank you also. I want to say thank you to you all. Hello, are you guys hearing me? Are you with me?
Yeah, we are hearing you.
You're hearing me, okay. I want to say thank you very much. But before I go ahead, please.
Thank you.
I'm going. Yes. I'm going to be asking us questions. Please, these questions actually.
Can anybody hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, I think they kicked Moyekusi out, yeah, but I'll bring him back up again. Okay. Okay. I've just added it back again. It should be up anytime. They've started. Moyekusi, if you can hear me, you have the mic, please. I think you were kicked out initially. Loud and clear. Yeah, loud and clear. Yes. And clear. I can hear you.
Okay, you guys actually kicked me out, but I'm back again. Like I said, my questions will be going directly to those who are from Edo. If the Isam people are there, please, I need to know. Do we have the Isam people there?
Yes, I'm an Ishan woman.
You are an Ishan woman, okay. You are not Ishan, you are Isam?
Isam.
Now, can you please, I'm begging you, can you please tell us what you understand by the word Igodo, Igodo?
Igodomigodo is the key. Is the key when they take the open key. It means that Igodomigodo, there is a something there. They hide from us for many century years.
Okay. Okay.
That is the thing that you see, like somebody like Wasofia don't want that thing to leak.
Okay, no problem. I get your point.
Yeah, that is why you see the brainwash Lely to change Biafran name. To change name to Iduu, because they don't want people to know about that thing, Igodomigodo. They don't want people to know that there is the owner of Igodomigodo. They don't want. That is why you see they divide them, and they are still doing it. They are still doing it now, secretly.
Okay. Thank you. Do you know the meaning of the word Edo?
Igodo na key when they open key. Igodo na key.
you say Edo, Edo, do you know the word Edo, the meaning of the word Edo?
In Yoruba?
No, in your Isam.
Na Isaha na to go ekwa. That is the Isaha mean Igodomigodo, the key when they open door.
No, princess, the question is who is Edo?
I said, do you know the meaning of the word Edo?
Do you know the person that was called Edo before he became a land? How did he become a land?
Okay, Edo is not our name. Edo, Edo is there is a man that Oba used to fight some people. They call him Edo. That man, when the some people killed that man, he give that name to Igodomigodo so that they will change Igodomigodo name. That is how they bring that name Edo.
Okay.
Edo is Yoruba language. It's not Biafran language. It's not
okay, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Now, do you know what is the meaning of the word Isam? Isam. Isam?
The meaning of the word is them that give us that name. They say we
Isam. The meaning of the word Isam. What is the meaning?
Isam, the waiting we know make the colors Isam. They say we are the people when they jump enter bush. That is people
when they jump enter bush.
Yes. Now the Yoruba people give us that name.
They lied. That is not the meaning.
Yeah.
Okay. Please, in your dialect, can you hear me? In you people's dialect, what is the meaning of the word Igbo? Igbo.
Ego.
Igbo.
Ego na money.
No, not Igbo. Igbo. I-B-O or E-B-O. Igbo.
Ego, is it? I don't understand that word.
Igbo.
Igbo. That is the oldest
not
of
Igbo.
old.
No, Igbo. I-B-O. Igbo.
Ego.
Not Igbo. Igbo. As they call say Igbo man. Igbo.
I don't know, but I don't understand.
Is there anything like Igbo, man? There's no, it's Igbo now, right?
No, there is. I'm coming. I'm going to shock everybody. I'm going to shock everybody under the sound of my voice. I'm going to shock everybody under the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
So that is why I'm asking this question, because I want you to understand that most of the things they told our people are not true. Even what we think we know, they are actually not true. They are actually not true. The things we think we know are not true at all.
Ego, I will ask you a question.
Okay. Is there anybody there that knows the meaning of Libini?
Libini. Libini. I never hear that language.
Libini or Ibini. Make sure the answer of this question.
Okay. Now,
I beg.
What do you say?
May you answer question.
It's like salt, like I think. White salt.
Like what? Like salt?
You taught us that last week, right?
Yes. Then I want the Isam people and those who live in that
Please,
land.
I can answer that one. No, Igbo. I can answer the meaning of Igbo. I-B-O.
Okay.
Igbo.
What is it?
The meaning of Igbo, I know, like Igbo, I mean Igbo. Like Igbo, just short abbreviation of it. It's like my people, like my men. Igbo man. Igbo man.
Not be Igbo. Igbo.
Not Igbo. I said
Igbo.
Igbo.
Like Igbo man. Igbo man mean like my people. Like this my people.
My people na Igbo man. That is my mates.
Can somebody get me?
Yes, Igbo man mean mates.
Now, what is the meaning of Igbo? Igbo.
Money.
Not Igbo, not Ego, not Igbo, Igbo.
Ego.
Oyankusi,
Huh?
can you spell the word? Maybe if you Oyankusi, if you can spell the word, maybe they would understand what you're trying to ask.
The word is EBO or IBO, Igbo.
Does it mean door?
EBO.
Ego. That is
IBO.
Ego. Na money.
Is it that they're not hearing me? That I want to clear the air. They are hearing me.
Na money.
Okay. No. Daughters of ancestors.
Yes.
The word is E, as in EBO.
That's
IBHO. EBO.
Or IBO.
Or IBO.
Ego.
I don't understand how you people spell. I is I, E is
Ego.
you are spelling E now to you are spelling A to B. Yeah, I don't understand.
University.
Yeah.
University.
Yeah.
The challenge we have in our land is because of the infiltrators that came with their dialects. And
yes,
that's correct.
I understand you. Every dialect where they speak for so-called Edo, na Yoruba dialect. Now only is the original dialect. That Igbo where you talk now because you spell and I make me no say na Igbo. That word where you talk now, na Igbo, na Esa language.
But ego is
everywhere
now. Ego. It's the same word.
Please, ego is different. So this one is Igbo, IBO, Igbo. Please, Igbo, IBO.
Okay.
Igbo. For Ishami, Igbo man, like Igbo man, like my people. This is my people. This is my men,
My brother, not be my people.
Igbo is slave.
You go hear the Igbo.
This one, everybody just speaking. I mean, hear this man talk. Everybody is just speaking. Let us hear what he want to say, and let him put what he want to say straight, so that people can hear him. All of you are arguing, making this platform not interesting as I used to it. Please.
Okay.
No,
okay. Now, please, I want everybody to listen. I want everybody to listen. Yeah. I want everybody to listen now.
Okay. Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear.
You're hearing me now. You see, what we think that we know and what they told us, it's actually not true. The things that they told you is not true. The things you think you know, it's a lie. It's not true. Now, I'll begin to talk to us. I want everybody to listen. I will speak to you for 5 minutes and I will ask you a question. In 1950 AM, which is known as Anno Domini, AM means from the beginning of the world. 1950 AM means Anno Domini, Anno Mundi. Anno Mundi means from the beginning of the world. 1950 years from the beginning of humanity in this world, Abama met with a man whose name is Abama. This meeting actually took place after the confusion. What is the confusion? The confusion is what you know as Babel in your Bible. Babel means the place of destruction, where men of those days raised an altar, built an image to worship their fellow man above the Most High. And the Most High, out of annoyance, he caused confusion amongst them, destroyed the place, based on the information that came to humanity, he changed the language and scattered the language of the people so that few men will hear themselves and the other few men hear themselves, and those who hear themselves move to one place or the other, and they got scattered on the surface of the earth. Did we get that? Did we get that? Okay, you got it. Okay. Yes. Having said that, because the Most High chose the man Abama, the one they told you is Abraham. He chose the man Abama and taught Abama in the original language of his forefathers. That language which he taught Abama is not called Igbo. The language he taught Abama is known as the language of heaven. And that language of heaven, when Abama spoke the language amongst his own people, they laughed at him and called him Ibri. Because when they were chasing Abama, Abama told them, he said, look, you guys should stay on this side, let me stay on the other side. Unu brieba, kam brieba. And they were laughing at him and they called him the man Ibrieba, Ibrieba. Ibrieba became the word known as Ibri. And the so-called European man changed it to Hebrew. The word you call Hebrew actually came from the word spoken by Abama, which you today you call Igbo. So the word is actually Ibri, and it belongs to heaven and to Abama. And this same language, Abama tried to teach his children and his descendants the same language. In the process of time, Abama turned 51 years old. And when he turned 51 years old, he knew he was ripe for marriage. He went back to his father, Ntora, and told him that he's ready to get married. And his father took his niece, Sarai, Why is she called Sarai? She's called Sarai because every daughter is seen as an ornament of the father. But the first daughter is actually the father's ornament. In the case of Sarai, she was born in a season where the house was filled with numerous people, Lot being the first son of his father, Nahor, Micah being the first daughter of her father, then Sarai was the second daughter and the last born of the house. And as at the time Abama came to the house to get married, Sarai was 40 years old, while Abama was 51 years old, a difference of 10, 11 years. And somehow along the line, they gave Abama his niece, and he married his niece. And when he married his niece, there was challenge back home amongst his father's people. And what was the challenge? The challenge was idol worshiping. His father's people worship idol. Abiyama's father was actually a sculptor. He was the one carving the images for those people of his days. And because of that, Abiyama and his father had issues. There was challenge in the family. So he decided to go separate ways from his father's people. Alas, Abiyama came down south, but unfortunately, those who told you he went south did not tell you where the south actually is. The original north, like I told you last week, is at Uganda, where the center of the world is. And coming down south, it means that Abama was coming down south to the land of Ihuasa. The land of Ihuasa is what you call Hausa. The land of Ihuasa is what you call Hausa. Why is it called Ihuasa? It is called Ihuasa because of the 7 Banza states and the 7 Bokwai states. Remember, they tell that Hausa states are 7 who are bastards and 7 who are born at home. So it is called Ihuasa. That is why they call the place Hausa land. But one thing you should understand is that Hausa land runs all the way from the boundary with Congo Brazzaville to Ghana. So the Hausa land spreads at the top, very wide, running to Ghana, with so much of dry land, sandy soil, and shrubs. You don't have much tree. The only trees you see around it is the baobab tree and the one they use for Opa, which they call Bambara. The Bambara tree is what they have. Now, Abama came down south, and when he came down south, he actually wanted to live with the people at Nupe. And the people at Nupe who were worshiping idols in a very high standard or high level did not want him to stay with them. And they did all the things they did to him and took his wife from him. When they took his wife from him, because the wife said, he's my brother, the king, the so-called king or leader of the Nupe people, wanted to sleep with Sarai. And what happened? The Most High sent his messenger to slap the man and beat him down to the ground and almost kill the man. But there was a disaster in their land because so many people died from the king's household. Men and women died as a result of the abomination which the king wanted to commit by taking somebody's wife. Have you heard that story before? Have any one of you heard that story before? Hello?
No.
Yes, I have actually heard about the Abama story. And Abama, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, the Abama of a god was rejected among the people, and it was not meant. It was not recognized. That was why they separated the Abama from Chukwokike, and that was why in the olden days people referred to God as Chukwokike and leave the Abama in it. That was what I know.
Okay, that's what you know. Okay.
Yeah.
But
and you know, from that set, you did not touch it. This particular one I said, he did not touch it.
Okay, what you are trying to say now is actually what the Europeans captured in the Bible, which says
no, before the Europeans. I am stating before the Europeans.
I want to put it clearly.
No, wait. What? I am stating in line with AM, the abnormal meridian time, not the AD and BC.
No, I didn't use AD. I didn't use BC. I use Anno Mundi, AM.
That is what I said. I am not. I'm using the abnormal time, not the BC and AD time.
Okay. Now, that word Abama is actually the name of the man you call Abraham. What it means when you hear them say Chukwokika Abiyama, the Abiyama there is somebody's name. How is it? You heard the story when he went to fight. He warred against the people who took his brother or his nephew, Lot. After fighting with them, he saw Chimenemeze Dike Diogunofo, which they told you is Melchizedek. And he gave a tithe of what he collected from them to Melchizedek. And Melchizedek blessed him and said, blessed be the Most High, and blessed be Abiyama, who is the custodian of the heavens and the earth. That is where the word came from. That is where he came from. But that is not the area I'm pointing at. I'm still coming down. I want you to just give me your ears and listen. Now, this Abama came down. It happens that the wife which he married, Sarai, could not put to bed. She couldn't give birth to a child on time. The so-called king that tried to take away his wife had issues. The plague. At the end of the day, they did their thing and they got the message that, look, the woman you try to sleep with, that the man you call his brother is actually the husband. Return the wife, otherwise I kill everybody. And what did they do? When they returned the woman, they returned Sarai, the king also took servants from his domain and gave to Abama so that they would go with him. While he was doing that, he took his child, the daughter that was given birth to by a woman he did not marry, which the Bible tells you her name is Keturah. No, her name is Hagar. They took Hagar, the daughter that the king gave birth to outside marriage, and handed over to Sarai and said, please, let this be your handmaid. Take. I am sorry for what I tried to do or what I did. And Abama took all his household and went south. In the line of duty and while they lived together, a message came to him that he would give birth to his own children. But Sarai was very old, stricken of age. She was already 80 years plus, if not 86 years old, or probably even 89 years old, or just 86 years old, yes. Then they began to murmur and say, how can this 86 to 90 years old woman put to bed? So what did she do? She said, please, my husband, don't mock me again. Rather, take this young woman and let her be a woman that will give birth to your children for you. And she handed over the one they told you her name is Hagar to Abiyama. And lo and behold, Abiyama got his first son, whom he called Ishmael, and your European people say is Ishmael. There is nobody that Abiyama gave birth to whose name is Ishmael. His name is Ishama. Are we on the same page? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we are not on the same page.
What is the God? Go ahead. What is the God?
Yeah. Is Abiyama older than God?
No, allow him to ask me. Go ahead.
Is Abiyama older than God?
He said, is Abiyama older than who?
I didn't hear what he just said. Now, what did you say?
Is Abiyama older than God?
Is Abiyama older than God?
Yeah.
Do you know the question you're asking? Who is God?
The seventh son of Israel.
The seventh, that nobody is Israel. Nobody born on earth is Israel. Nobody, I repeat, nobody born on this earth is Israel. The name is Israel.
Yeah, the seventh son of Jacob.
Nobody is Jacob. His name is Jacob. Nobody is Jacob. Nobody is Jacob.
Say that again.
I said nobody is Jacob. Nobody is Jacob.
Yeah.
His name is Jacob.
You are right. Because all the names we are bearing presently was converted from the Latin word and Greeks. And these were the works of the ancient people in order to deceive people of their history, wipe it out. It's just like, for example, now, the present Prime Minister of Israel is not Netanyahu. It was not his name. Understand? So he chose that name for him to be among the Jewish people. So this were the work the Romans did. Carry on. I believe those names were not our names.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So Abama's first son became Ishama. Ishama is the first son. So in the process of time, Hagar and her son began to mock the elderly woman, and she was furious and asked Abama to send them away, which he did. And along the line also, over the years, Sarai was able to conceive. You all have heard the story, how the Most High sent a messenger. Sarai was able to conceive and give birth to her own son, and they called him Ishak. And he was called, huh? Hello.
Hello, be moving down. I will take you down.
Hello, Isam.
Just to make me.
Where are you?
Okay. And he was called Ishak. What is Ishak? Abama was not looking for anything else. He was looking for an heir to his estate, an heir to the land which Chukwokeke has given to him. He was looking for a male child that would take over everything that he has. That was why he gave them Ishak, Ishama, and Ishak. These are the two sons he gave birth to, Abinishua. Both of them have a difference of 14 years and 7 months apart. Ishama is 14 years and 7 months older than Ishak. Now, in the process of time, Sarai died, and Hagar, because of her bad character and attitude, was sent away to some distant place to stay. Now, Abama was stricken of age, and he found himself another wife. A wife, they told you her name is Keturah. Actually, all those names are not even correct. They are not true. Now, so what happened along the line? Keturah now gave birth to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boys for Abama. 6 boys for Abama. The first child of Keturah, your English version said his name is Zimran. His name is not Zimran. His name is Onye Miriono. Onye Miriono. What is Onye Miriono? Onye Miriono is a child who uses his mouth to make music. When you give birth to a child and the child is blabbering spittle, that is what is called Onye Miriono. That was the name they gave to him, Miriono. And your English people say it's Zimran. The second child is Okwecheanya, Onye Nkwecheanya. He hardly opens his eyes when he was born. He hardly opens his eyes, but your English people call him Yokshan. If you go to your Bible, you see the word Yokshan. But his name is Onye Nkwecheanya, not Yokshan. The third child of Keturah is Megideronye, and not Midan. There is no Midan anywhere. It is Megideronye. Who have I offended? Why are you bringing strife to me? I have not offended anybody. Megideronye, that is the name. The fourth child is Megidai, that the people have brought strife to undo us. Megidai, that's the fourth child's name. And they told you it's Midian, and the Midian was swallowed by Saudi Arabia. And they told you that his name is Midian, and the Midian is somewhere in Saudi Arabia. So today, you cannot find anybody that is Midian. You cannot find Midian. You can't find any one of these people. And they are giving you a different space somewhere, which is a lie. The fifth child is Chim Abasalaka. which means the Most High have released his hand for us. And they told that his name is Yishbak. Yishbak. The last child is Chiowa. And they wrote in your Bible that the child's name is Shua. There is no Shua anywhere in the world. The word is Chiowa. The person had a hunch, a kind of hump, a little hump on his back. His neck was bended. When he's walking, his neck usually is bended. So they call him Onyebu Chowapota. Those are the descendants of Abama. Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Please, can I come in?
Are we all together?
Yes, if like I said, if you want to make a question, raise your hand so we would know. Please.
So who wants to come in?
Okay. Alobi
okay,
wants to. Yes.
Come in. Go ahead.
Enoho, please try to organize this thing because people are broadcasting it so that it will be more matured and nice. We take the hands according to how they came, and you know that Alobi has been there, Brian has been there, Evan has been there. Except if minister want to say something, please take it in orderly. Thank you. Go ahead.
So you can go ahead with your question. Are you okay now?
Alobi KC, please go ahead. Your hand is
up. All right, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. You see, number one, this platform, I think, is meant to propagate the Biafran freedom. And for our people to be aware.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Found in heaven, 8 or in the hell.
I obtained.
I'm coming.
Now, I obtained. Can you hear me?
In this platform. And you are quoting the Bible, you are turning it. You don't even know if you are Igbo person. You don't even know the meaning of Abama. Abama in Igbo language means come and know. Who is this Abama? We call the creator, that is God. Chukwu Okike Abama. And I'm sure you don't even this. Because this platform, you cannot say preach all this thing and people will listen to you. We are Biafran. We are not creating another African country that will be.
Hello, can you hear me? I can't hear anybody.
Hello. Hello.
It cannot be found.
We can hear you.
There is no nature anywhere in the world that protects.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
I'm here.
Hello. Please, anybody.
Casey, wait.
Make me a co-host. Make me second co-host.
I don't know what is wrong with today is too bad for her. Why? No, you can't stay in a network secured area, please. The thing, and there's so much noise. And no one's supposed to be running this. I don't know. You plan program you prepare for, you just come out. It is network that is disturbing you. Nobody's kicking you. You look for. You stay in a network area, you get network, you control the program as it's going. You don't just go on and off. And this guy self is putting fire in this thing as if. Let me make. So, Casey, please go straight to the point according to what Metuchai is talking about. And Metuchai, always relax. let the person that is asking you question finish
I'm not saying.
you start.
I was not responding. I said that I can't hear him. It's the network. I can't hear him. That's what I said.
Okay. Casey, you know what? Go out and come back. We'll take you back in. And Professor, let somebody submit finish before you answer the person, so that people who are broadcasting we have a good thing to present to the audience.
Okay.
I beg us.
Okay.
Otunwamwe, I sent you a co-host. Are you unable to take it, or let me give it to Brian? Brian, do you have time? I don't know why Professor she comes and goes, she comes and goes. I don't know
it's the network.
how we're going to do this today.
It's the network.
Yeah. It is network. So okay, she's back. She don't disappear again. Jesus. So Casey, can you hear us now? Are you able to? Do you hear Professor?
Is it me?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. If it's me, I just mute that. I just mute that because I don't want a lousy place on program. Because this platform, this is the only platform that makes the world hear my voice every time. So I don't want to mix it up the way they have messed Radio Biafra. Okay. And I can even lay down my life to guide anything that would destroy our struggle.
Okay.
Though I am
okay. Now wait, Casey. So Professor will keep quiet. Then you will submit. If you have questions that you ask, he will take note of it. Then when you are done, he will respond. So just go ahead. You have 2 minutes more.
Okay, thank you for this privilege. See, number one, if you want to talk about the history of our people or the history of Israel, he said there is no state called, nobody called Israel, nobody called Abraham, nobody called Jacob. And he's taking all this reference from the Bible, which him does not believe. I don't know which of the book he's picking it out from. But today, the geographical things we are seeing on the world today have shown us that there is a place called Sodom and Gomorrah, which is in the Bible, which he quoted that Abraham fought to rescue his nephew. And that place is located somewhere in this world. And those of us who have been traveling out of this world have seen some of those places. This is not what British wrote or what America wrote or European. People that have been traveling have known those places. And that place is recorded in the Bible where he's turning upside down. Now, he said there's no place called Israel or whatever, however I put it. Today we know there is even the history, what do you call it? These archaeologists have digged history and make it also, those who did not believe in the Bible can go to archaeology and research. And this did not happen when the world is not civilized. Rome, the Rome here, when somebody here listening to us is in Rome, we are the people who colonized the same Palestine, including the Israel. This were a place David Now, sorry, somebody just interrupted. So these histories are out there, and everybody even those who did not go to school, if you don't know how to read, just take a flight and go to Israel. If you can't believe Bible, you believe archaeology. And somebody is coming here to I am an Igbo man, knowing I am from a tribe of God, and which we know the history, how God migrated from Egypt down to where he settled in Aguilera. These are histories we know. You can go to archaeology and get it. And when I am angry, when I see somebody, there's one man in Radio Biafra in those days called it Rabbi Charles. This is kind of garbage he comes to dish out at times. And we are talking to, we want people to listen to us in the world. And you think we can convince people by giving them wrong information? We are not trying to create another useless African country that can take everything hook, line, and sinker without refining it. This man that you see this platform, if I put you, let him bring a space and teach this thing, 5 people will not be there listening to it. And we are bringing him to a space that we are creating awareness of what is happening to our people, our history, and if somebody want to bastardize it. I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it at all. If what he's teaching is real, can he start up a space so that we can come and listen to him? Let us get people who knows our history and know what we are going through and what we stand for to come to our platform and discuss with us. If we have question, I will ask him. Not bringing people who does not even know their history. He does not even understand
University. Let me come in here. Alobi, if you don't know this history of our people, if you don't know this history, can you allow who knows it to teach us? Because now you are interfering or you are countering him. That means you can tell us this history. Go ahead and tell us all this history so that we can learn from you. If you can't do that, I'll take this mic from you.
Now, if I should go into our history, to tell our history, we'll make a program on that. I will come. I will talk on our history. And it is not in the hidden. Our leader had been teaching it on Radio Biafra before he was kidnapped. And there are books that are written by other people we can research. It is not in the history. We are not living in that age anymore. So when somebody wants to tell us the history, sir.
Casey, wait, sir. You know that we are carrying out the instructions of Oyendu. Before he was kidnapped, he instructed us from the coast that he doesn't want to go deep into that part. We should go and make our own research and find out before he will go to the mountain and come back. We should find out this particular missing puzzles of our history. You understand? And that is why we are gathered here. We have always been doing this program every Wednesday so that it does not interrupt every other activities that is going on in this process. And today is Wednesday. If you read our flyer, we said we have this program every Wednesday. So this place we are today is a place where we learn and unlearn things that are not useful to us. We from the South have found out that we went so deep, we even find out that we are actually one people. The person that gave birth to us, we that are in the South, is the same
University,
person.
Can you hear me? I can't hear anybody here. Please, something is going on. Can you hear me, University?
Go out and come back again.
Williams, we can hear you.
Okay. Now, can I ask this man a question so that I can give away for space for another to come? Please.
Yes, please ask question to this man because this man was brought here to educate us on what he knows about our history.
This is it. If you believe that Abraham, there was no place called State of Israel, let him start by telling us where Abraham lived, give birth to his.
No. You. I think you are misunderstanding. He didn't say that there is no State of Israel. He said in the ancient time, during the time of our fathers, there was nothing like Israel, and that was
wrong. Now it's the same thing. This is what Palestinians are saying today.
Casey, you will not be able to make an argument. I know that I'm taking your time, but you are going to
take the mic from Casey. I don't want him to.
No, we can't take mic from Casey. So Casey,
let him go down, be listening.
No problem, but what I'm saying is that for us people to know that what we are fighting, we don't have to bring somebody.
So we stand with Israel in no matter the condition, no matter the narrative, no matter anything. We stand 1,000% with Israel, and we always stand with them. I know why I'm doing that. I do that in respect to my grandfather. So I stand with them. What professor was?
May I come in here, please?
But you people should let one person finish, then the other person come. People are broadcasting this and they have audience there. Please let us try to respect those audience from those other side and respect the ones on our own. What I'm saying is that what Professor is saying, Professor did not say that there was nothing like Israel. He said during the time of our fathers, there was nothing like Israel. That even the Jacob was not, his name was not originally Jacob. He mentioned what he was called. I can't pronounce it because I'm going to rewatch this space. And two, he explained about Chukwokika Abiyama. He explained who is Abiyama and who are the descendants of the Abiyama And this is the point where I am before everything became obscure. So, Professor Enoho, go ahead, please. You have to manage Professor Emetuchai Enoho. Do this, please, so that we go make this. Let this thing make sense. I beg. You know how you used to do it before.
Okay, let me come in here. Thank you very much. For some reasons, I don't know, I think I'm being attacked. I can't even have access to my dashboard. I've been kicked out like 500 times. Okay, so to address what's his name says, Casey. Now, first of all, I would like us, when we listen, I remember saying this in the beginning of this lecture, that I would like us to open our minds and open our ears and write things down. You have come here and you are mixing up a whole lot of things, trying to turn things upside down, what he did not say. Emetuchai did not tell you that Israel doesn't exist. He said Israel, the word Israel, does not exist. He then went on to tell you what the word is. And I know he said Israelu. Israelu. And he went on to say Abama or Abraham is the corrupt word, and the word is Abiyama. And he went in the beginning of this lecture, he said one thing. He said he wanted to make sure we understand that the language that was spoke in heaven. If you were here in the first lecture, which was last week, he said this: the language that was spoke in heaven is what we speak in Biafra. And that is what our leader has always said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that Igbo, let me use that word loosely, is the language, or Ibri is the language that was spoke or that is spoke in heaven. And the word Israel is a corrupt word from the original word, which is Israelu. He did not tell you that Israel does not exist. You cannot say a people who exist does not exist. So please, when we come here, let us open our ears and let us not put words to cause confusion. We know why we are here. One of the reasons why we are here is because of things like this: misunderstanding. Misunderstanding has been one of the key things here. And nothing here he has said has gone contrary to what we know. The only thing here he has been doing since morning is correcting the words which were written by people who do not understand your language. What we have been correcting here is the word. He did not tell you that Jacob did not exist. He said there is no word or there is nobody called Jacob. It doesn't mean that Jacob, or what they call Jacob today, the word is Eze Chikobu. He was correcting the language, because what has kept us here is misunderstanding. And that is what you have come to bring here, Casey. Please, I am saying this to whoever wants to come up and speak. Let us understand. Let us open our ears and our mind and our hearts to understand before we come and make certain statements. Because what we say here goes far. You do not know who is listening. We are not here trying to cause any issues. We are here trying to rewrite our history based on what we know, coming from the indigenous people of who we are. So far, so good. He gave you references. What he is saying and what is written in the Bible is not different from what you are saying. He did not tell you that Sarah did not exist. He did not tell you that Abraham did not exist. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not even call Abraham Abraham. He calls him Abiyama, because that is who he is. The name is Abiyama. The meaning, yes, we know the meaning, but that does not mean the name is Abraham. His name is Abiyama. And that is why we call him Chukwu Okike Abiyama, meaning the God of all. I don't want to use the word God, but for this sake, let me use the word God. The God of our ancestor, Abiyama. Abiyama is our ancestor. That is the reason why it is Abiyama, Chukwu Okike Abiyama. So please, when we come here and we are saying things, let us come from a point of understanding. Let us understand. because nobody here is trying to turn things that we don't know already. This is not the first time we have spoken about this issue. This is not the second time we have said these words here. So please, I implore everybody, and next time when we want to speak, let us raise our hands and respect everybody on the mic. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Enoho. So please, when you come, respect your brother. Your brother came before you. Allow him to enjoy his chance before we.
I ask that you make me co-host. Very important.
University.
I think I have to plead with because we need someone like you there, so the whole thing can be managed. So we appeal to daughters of ancestors.
No, please, I'm not trying to interject or do anything. I just want to put something you said in order to clear their mind for them to understand where this brother is going. Can you give me the permission?
Please, you have 1 minute, sir. Thank you.
No, and University, can you give me go ahead?
Yes, you have go ahead. Can you hear me?
Please, this interruption.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I just want us to come to the go to this point of view now. See, now English has become a general language spoken worldwide. Understand? But this is the 21st century. But I want us to go back to those first 10th century, 10th or 5th centuries. There was nothing like English words, and that is where everything has been, as in a mistake was made, because these people destroyed the history and create history for you. And what happened then? Greek and Latin were the highest spoken words, and because of the Greek was the general language then, they changed every name that was the original name from Igbos to Greeks, or you understand. They started changing all those names. It's changed from Greeks. From Greeks, they changed to Latin. Then the Romans they came from, they now from Latin again, changed to English, because English is gotten from Latin words. Understand? So when they keep changing languages and languages and languages, you keep getting confused and confused from what you know if you don't go back to the book. So this is what is happening over here, and this is what it seems to be confusing people when a word that was pronounced as the original words have been pronounced. Their head seems to be clashing. Understand? So we are going down to where the mistake was made from the time of Greek and the Latin before the Romans that are speaking English. Please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother.
Yes.
Please, sorry, please. Can I use say something for 30 seconds? No, 30 seconds.
But this is not a protocol now. This is no longer a protocol. Okay. So, Enoho and Minister, please, you people should be vigilant, because you cannot come first and the person came last is speaking. It's not a respect. I beg.
Anybody speak again, I take the mic from that person.
Okay, thank you very much, Minister. At this point, Ugochukwu Biafra, just hold on a minute. I need Professor to respond to what has been said. So please, Professor, I will give you the mic to respond, and then we'll go to Ugochukwu. Thank you very much.
Are you talking to me?
Onyenkuzi, can you hear me? Yes, we can hear you. Onyenkuzi, can you hear me?
Well, number one is that our people actually lost. Our people are completely and totally lost. What some of our people fail to realize is the fact that even when they talk about where they went to or somewhere they saw people, you forgot so easily that there was a man they called the Greek conqueror. They called Alexander the Great. When Alexander the Great got into the whole of North Africa, what happened to the Aborigines, the owners of the land? They killed them, chased them away. Today, it's the Greeks are the ones living in Egypt. The Greeks are the ones living all over Saudi Arabia. But this is the land that was given to the black man. Now they told that that land is the land of Ishmael. Ishmael is a dark-skinned colored man. How come the people living there now have long noses and white skin? Have you really asked yourself why the change of demography? Why all those changes? What really transpired? Now, just last year or early this year, the president of Russia brought in documents from Russia, including drawings that shows that the original people you call Israel are black people. Where are my people coming from? You're talking about history of God. Who is God? Can you even point out God's children? Do you know God's children? Is his name God in the first place? His name is not God. His name is Ogadi. Ego Gadi, Ipege Gadi, Mmadu Gadi. That is his name.
Udo Gadi.
Ogadi, you are hearing Ogadi. God. Do you even know who is God? And you are insulting me because I'm on X? You are using insulting word on somebody you've never seen before. You cannot even say these are the children of your so-called God. Is there any man they call God? That is not his name. His name is Ogadi, and you're telling me the history of the book. Do your people have a history? If your people have a history, why are you here? Do your people have a history? You say you are Igbo. The Yoruba man say Igbo means bush. And in your own language, Ubo means bush. So between you and the Yoruba man, we don't even know who is calling who the real name. You are Igbo. Yoruba man say Igbo means bush. Then bush in your own language is Ubo. Are you Ubo or Igbo? History of your people. Can you write down anything that is history of your people? Do your people have a history? The only history that the Igbo man can think of having is the ones hidden in the what you call the book, which the European man now calls the Bible. That is the where your history is. Why don't you ask yourself, why is it that everybody on earth could point at one book or the other, written in ancient times, that belong to their people? It is only the so-called Igbo man that cannot beat his chest and say this book was written by so and so person in ancient times. That is my history. You don't have it. And you're coming on X because you have microphone to insult me. I pray for you and I forgive you.
Oyankuzi, you know that William was talking and about those. We are going to write our own book. He explained how the languages change and how the Greek. I never even knew that Biafra fought a brutal war with the Greek in the ancient time. When I saw something yesterday, I put my hands on the head. I never read a piece like this. So we will construct our own general language. We will use it. In Europe, they speak their language. But if they come to European Union, they speak English. Nobody will tell us that because of English, we cannot have a language or anything. Yes, when Africa unites, in the African central point, they speak English there. But when you come to homeland, you speak the language of the land. Sorry, Professor, please go ahead.
Sorry, University, can you bring me back up? I can't hear what he's saying.
So, please, like I said from the onset, hello, can you guys hear me now?
Yes. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Like I said from the onset, I didn't come here today to call names. I was driving down to somewhere. I want to separate two people. I want to only separate two people and we speak about those people. But I want to understand where these two people are coming from. If you do not know where these two people came from, you can never fix your history. You must know where these two people came from for you to fix your history. And you must know why these two people have been in loggerheads for centuries. These two people have been in loggerheads in the last 4,000 years. For 4,000 years, they have been in loggerheads. And you must know, if you do not know it, there is no way you can fix Igodomigodo. It's not possible. If you don't know who is who, you cannot fix Igodomigodo. And except you quietly wait and listen and know, my people say, If you do not know how the water entered the sugarcane, there is no way you know what the sugarcane is made up of. So please, I want to beg those of us that care to listen, just listen. If you have your pen, you have your paper, write them down and go and compare notes with what you have. Your only history, like I said before, between the man you call Edo and the man you call Igbo, the only history you have written down in the last 4,000 years, in the last 3,500 years, in the last 3,000 years, in the last 2,000 years, the only history you have written down for you, it's in the book you take to church every day called Bible. The man that challenged me, I am ready to meet with you anywhere, whether on Piweka Junction or on TV, so that two of us will sit down on chairs. Then you tell me the place you travel to and what you saw. Look at. If you travel to where you call Egypt, you discover that in the ancient maps, there was no river dividing the upper side and the lower side. But just in 1946, in 1968, America, Britain, and co. went and dredged a place, and they call it Zeus Canal. Zeus Canal. And when they dredged the Zeus Canal, you are not saying that that is the river that Moses crossed. What kind of arrant nonsense is that? The Zeus Canal was just yesterday, and you're telling us that that is the river Moses crossed. And you come and tell me you traveled, you saw. What did you see? Zeus Canal was just dug yesterday. And I'm talking about 4,000 years ago. And you're telling me where you traveled to. 4,000 years ago, did your grandfather fly an aeroplane? Please, my dear, Abama gave birth to 8 sons. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Abama gave birth to 8 sons. And in the course of time, I'm still going to talk about those 8 sons, but I want to take out 2 of his sons, 2 of his sons out, which is the one I told you his name is Ishama, they told you is Ishmael, and the one whom they call Ishak, and they told you is Isaac. And some people don't know that the reason the so-called Arab Muslims call him Ishak, they call him Ishak because they know the pronunciation and the writing of the name. And that word means Ishak, the heir over my property. You are the heir over my property. Abiyama said to the Most High, will I die childless? Or will this servant be my child that will take over my property? He said, no, that the one that will come from your loins shall be your heir. And he called his children Ishama and Ishak, not Isaac. They told you that Isaac means laughter. There is nothing like laughter anywhere. There is no laughter anywhere. They told you that Ishmael means answered prayer. It's not true. The people who are arguing, they can look for me. Let me hand them over ancient books. When they see the ancient books, let me see where they will stand to insult people like us. My prophet Nnamdi Kanu say, you must go to Igodomigodo. That is where the whole challenge is. And we are going to Igodo. And you're talking about Igbo people's history. Does Igbo man have a history? The answer is no. Now, Ishama's children are going to be apart. Let me come back to Ishaku himself. And who is Ishaku? Ishaku is the one you call Isaac. Are you with me? Ishaku is the one you call who? Isaac. And what happened to Ishaku? After Ishama and the mother has gone away, and Keturah and her own children have been sent the same way alongside Ishama, I will also tell you where they live, and I will call their names for you. You go back to your Bible, which is your source, and look for those names. The sound of those names, you will know what is true and what is false. Now, Ishak lost his mother, Sarai. When Sarai died, he was lonely. He was very, very lonely. And what the father did was to ask his male servant to go and look for a wife for him from amongst his people. From amongst his people. And he went back to amongst his people and brought a tender, slim, tall, young woman like rope. The narrative is that she was lean and tall and fair. She was as fair as Sarah, because probably in their family, they were fair people. So when they brought her to Ishaku, Ishaku was happy because he saw somebody that looks like his mother, and he brought her in. Now what happened? That woman came in very young, very, very young. Very, very young. In fact, she came in when Ishaku was 39 years old. And she was very, 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 very young. I don't want to mention her age, but she was pretty, very, very young. So for 20 years of her life, sorry, please. For 20 years of her life, she didn't put to bed until she turned 29 years. And that took Isha to 59, 60 years. Now, when she became pregnant, first of all, who is actually that woman? The woman is the one you call Rebecca, but that is not her name. Her name is Erimbako. Erimbako, the rope that is used to tie something firmly. That is the meaning of her name, and that is her name, Erimbako, not Rebecca. So, Erimbako became pregnant. And when she became pregnant, she was found with 2 children in her womb. 2 children in her womb. While she was crying and crying and crying and crying. And the Most High said to her, he said, in your womb, you have 2 children. In your womb, you have 2 sons. In your womb, you have 2 different nations, 2 manner of people, 2 separate people. But let me also tell you, the senior one will serve the junior one. The senior one will serve the junior one. Now, when the time came for birth, she gave birth to her first child. Now, this is where the story takes a flight. She gave birth to her first child. And when the first child was born, he was born an orange man. His skin was of orange color, filled with hairs. Filled with hairs. And in those days, the only thing that could be used to qualify or identify with that young man is what you call Osa Nuze, which they call Esa, and they call him Esauriwo. Esauriwo is his name. And most history scholars who wrote about the Isam people tells you that Isam means those small animals that jump and run. They jump and run into the bush. Now, Esa simply means one, or let's say 2 things. What is the first one? The first one is that they try to identify with the Esa, that is how the young man looks like. He was reddish in color, and he was called, say, this is like Esa. Look at hairs all over his body, and he was red. Now, the second one came out, and he was given his name. And what is his name? They gave him the name Chikobo. Since the senior one will have to serve the junior one, he was given the name Chikobo, not Chikobo. Listen to me, people. I want to ask you people one question. The European man told you that the man's name is Jacob, and that Jacob means an usurper of somebody's authority. An usurper is a 419, and a 419 is a thief. I want to ask all of you here, if actually the man's name is Jacob, can you, as a father or a mother, give birth to a child and name the child a thief? The floor is for you guys. Open.
Can you repeat the question, sir?
I say you.
I heard it clearly. Please, can I answer, or can I just
hold on, please? Who is speaking? Hold on, please. Who is speaking?
It's Brimstone.
I said,
Brimstone.
Okay.
University, I said, can you give birth to your child and you call your child a thief, a swindler,
No,
a thief?
never be a thief.
So why will you carry your Bible and agree that the name of that young man is Jacob, and that Jacob means an usurper, which means a swindler, which finally means a thief? Why would you do that? Why do you accept? Why do you agree?
Because I don't know. I'm looking for. I've been asking questions since I was a kid.
Can I say something, please?
Go
Hold
ahead, Brian.
on, Brimstone. Hold on.
Let Brian speak. Let Brian speak. Sorry.
Okay.
I have been here now. It's here for long. It's supposed to be my turn now.
Okay.
Hello?
I beg Evim, no verse.
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Evim, come back, please. No verse. I know that you're there. I just wanted Bram to speak first. Please come back, Evim. I send you.
Yeah, I was saying that for a parent that clearly loves his or her child, it's not logical to name your child a thief or a name that doesn't. But we know that Europeans give their child all sorts of names. Which Dixon, you hear of Dixon. Dixon means Abamo. You get, but that yeah, that's what it means, son of a dick. Dixon means son of a dick. But my own thing is not really. It doesn't really seem plausible for an African parent to name his child a thief or something like that. But yeah, we don't know how these Europeans think. Sometimes they think in a weird way, but that one is for them.
But the child is not
my own now is like, Mr. Emetuchai, Mr. Emetuchai, I'm starting to like. I can understand what you're saying, but like me, I'm not sure I'm going to just start agreeing with things. What you're saying is starting to make a lot of sense, but it wouldn't make enough sense if I'm not seeing any records or any archaeological, physical evidences. If you can share that with me, or maybe you decide to keep it for yourself alone, I can understand. But I don't know how I'm going to understand what you're saying without seeing physical evidence with my own eyes.
Okay. Do you need an answer?
I'm sorry for like deviating the room.
Hold on,
but if you can help me answer that, I would really appreciate it, sir.
Hold on now.
Yeah, but
okay.
That have damaged, that have been
please.
But I know that
allow me to.
You don't
allow me to answer him now.
One house, please.
He asked me a question. Allow me to answer him.
Oh yeah, answer the question. Answer the
now,
question.
Young man, they told you that the Bible they gave to you is a translated information. And they also gave it to you in versions. Have you for one day sent a letter to those who gave you that book, requesting that they should give you what is the original copy before it was translated to a version?
Should I answer the question?
Yes, Graham.
I've never for one day asked for an original copy because I don't even think it's possible. Would they even give it to me? But yes, I know that the Bible is like watered. Sorry, I know that the Bible is like watered down version of history and like purposely mistranslated or something like that. But yeah, that's just what I want to say now. Yeah.
But do you believe with the Russian president that told you that those who they call Israelites were black people? Do you believe in him? Do you believe in him?
And there are archaeological evidences. I believe that the Igbo people have a connection with what's it called, with ancient Kem. You get, but
no, you are going too far.
There's archaeological evidences. People like Sheikh Anta Diop have made those researches.
So now, if there is archaeological evidence, why is the picture of a white man still hanging in your bedroom?
No, not in my bedroom. I never believed in the Bible since I was a child. I just hated it. You get. So you cannot. It's not that question is not for me. It's maybe for someone else in the audience. But I've hated Christianity since I was like.
You know, when I ask that question, I ask that question because even if it's not for you, there are those around you that when you enter their houses, you see the picture of a white man there.
Yeah, I see that a lot of time, but I don't say anything. I just keep quiet.
You just keep quiet and pass. Do you know that if you go today, if you leave this world today, those people will indoctrinate your own children, showing them the same picture?
It's because it depends on the kind of people. Sometimes if it's women, I'll just choose to not say anything, because sometimes the argument, I don't like arguing too much. That's just it. It's not like as if maybe if we spend a lot of time together, I'll start asking them questions. You get, but that's just something that maybe I see for the first time. That's just something I just noticed. But I wouldn't say anything for the first time. Maybe if you get.
Okay. Where do you stay?
I stay in the United Kingdom.
You stay in UK?
Yeah.
Maybe you are in Nigeria, somewhere around Bayelsa. I would have brought the evidence and given to you.
Okay, what if you slide in my DM, please, sir?
Huh?
Or can I chat you up in your DM?
No, I will not give it to you on my DM.
Can I come to your DM?
Even if you come to my DM.
Yeah, but
do you know why I'm not giving it to you? Do you know why?
Do you know that because of this thing I can come to Bayelsa? I can do anything just to know the truth.
Now, do you know why I will not give it to you?
If that's what you want, because of it, I'll come to Bayelsa.
Okay, now you will tell the professor, she will give you my number so that you will call me. Let's meet at Bayelsa.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay, thank you very much.
I beg.
Okay, thank you very much.
One of our scientists too. I hope you take care of him. We don't want to see that
no
he
problem.
doesn't come to this again.
So you already come. He will call me now. When he calls me, I will tell you how far. So the question is open. I asked a question. I'm waiting for answers.
Nobody can call his child a thief now. It's impossible, especially if it's
So,
of an
if nobody
African
can call his child, if nobody can call his child a thief, and you are calling a book that called a man a thief, and meanwhile the same book that called the man a thief told you that there is no letter J in Hebrew, and you still carry the book and you agree. When you hear something different, you abuse the people. The book you carry said there is no letter J in Hebrew. Now, the man you call a thief, there is a J in his name. And the man you call a thief is actually the second generation of those you call Ibri. After Abama the Ibri, to Ishaq, Ishmael, and the others, they are Ibri. To the next generation, which means that the man you call a thief actually saw Abiyama, his grandfather. And you think that Abiyama will be alive, see you call his own grandson a swindler? What did the child in the womb take away from you? What did he swindle? You call him a 419, and you wrote it in a book. And you still went back again to tell us that the book is a holy one, so that nobody will question what you have done. You see, my people are lost. So this is why we are coming back to our roots to look for where we missed it. We missed it somewhere. We are definitely, we should be weeping. We should be crying and not be arguing. Now, anybody, you see that young man said, can I get some hard copy evidence or some soft copy evidence? Do you have them? I have gladly told him that, come, I will show them to you, but not posting it, because if I post it, those who change the originals will also change the one I will post. Why is it that nobody allows you to go to the archive in Rome to study? Have you asked yourself, why is it that nobody allows you to go to Rome to study, or to go to the Vatican City to check the archive? A whole library that is almost 7-story building, or whether 6 or 5-story building. Who is reading it? You take people's original life, you lock it up somewhere in Rome. You take people's language, you lock it up. You destroy a whole civilization. You take everything that belongs to them, you lock it up in Rome. And those people that were destroyed comes back again to argue to them against themselves. This is an aberration. It is illogical. It's an aberration. It shouldn't stand at all. It shouldn't stand at all. Okay, nobody will call his son a thief. Beautiful. Now, that man's name is not Jacob because there is no J in his name. His name is Chikobo. Chikobo. His elder brother will serve him as a younger one. Now, what happened? What happened? His elder brother, the one you know as Isam, actually his name is not Isam. Please, my Igodomigodo brethren, my Edo brethren, my Isam brethren, my Urobo brethren, and those of them who live in Ika land, please, whether you are Afeman, please, I want you, if you are Eda, you are Igala, you are Idoma, you are Igwira, please, 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 sheath your sword. Sheath your sword. What I'm going to say to you right now may not go down well with you. But if you don't take it, it means that you're not ready. You aren't ready at all. The person that is talking to you, you may not have seen the person, but he is not one of those. The person that is speaking to you, I know what it has cost me to get to this point. It has cost me so much. It has cost me so much. It has cost me a regular, normal life. When my mates go to party and enjoy their life, I am inside the house fasting and praying. It has cost me so much. So what I am saying to you is not something that I picked from somewhere on the road that one Yoruba man gave to me or one Igbo man gave to me. What is something that is not just true, but original. Whether you take it or you leave it. One day, that man they call Emetucha, that I want to apologize to him that what he was saying, we didn't know that the actual truth of our people running around circles. So please, I want you to get what I'm going to say right now. It is meant to clarify so many issues. It is not so beautiful. It is not so wonderful, but it has to do with so much of strife. But without the strife, there is no way we can come back to unite. We have to forgive ourselves of the things that happened 4,000 years ago. We have to come to forgive ourselves of the things that happened 3,500 years ago. If we don't forgive ourselves, now that you're going to hear this, so that you will know exactly what transpired, who is your common enemy, where your problem is coming from. Yes, I heard all the things that people said before we started. We have a common enemy. Our common enemy is not even the Fulani. Our real enemy is the Kwa people, which you call the Yorubas. They are our common enemy. And until we identify them as such, I want you to hold your sword for your enemy and don't raise your sword against me, because I am also in the shoe like you. I am in the place where the enemy took everything away from us. You guys don't even know who they took away his position from. To you, it is Iduu. To you, is Igodo. To you, is Igbo. But when you know exactly the people that they took their life away from, then you will say, so these people have lied to us in the last 1,000 750 years ago. Before I dive into that, let me tell you something. Truth died 1,750 years ago. Why? Because when our brother Ihechuo said to the whole world that I am the way, the truth, and the life, they murdered him. When you murdered him, you didn't murder his flesh. What you murdered is the person he is. And what was he? He said, I am the truth. You murdered him, so you murdered the truth. You murdered him, you murdered life. You murdered him, you murdered the way. So when he was murdered, they murdered three things. And what happened? They went back to their closet and agreed to murder all his followers. When they murdered all his followers, when they knew that nobody will ask questions based on what is original and true, they formed and forged what they forged, wrote what they wrote, and brought it down back to you after 1,000 years plus, so that those who knew the original truth cannot question them. The Bible with you is just, if I'm not mistaken, 200 years old. 200 years old. So those of us who met it do not even know that what they gave to us is our own history. They returned our history and our life back to us by removing the things that they ought to have left, which is our cosmology. And today you are turning to spirituality. There is nothing like spirituality. The only thing that covers spirituality is for you to obey natural laws. And the natural laws is the laws of Chukwokikabiam. You obey the laws of herbs. You take the herb, you speak to the roots and use them for medication, and you are healed. You obey the laws of the water. You take the water, you drink, and you have life. You obey the laws of the land, the sand, Ajana. What do you do there? You don't go there and desecrate it. You go there and plant, or you go and consecrate it. You obey the laws of the wind. You don't fight things that you don't see. You speak to the Most High because you don't see him. So you must obey natural laws. Whereby you fight the natural laws, you fight yourself. Because we are our forefathers spoke to everything on earth. They spoke to the water, they spoke to the land, they spoke to trees, they spoke to leaves. The Ofonogu, the osisi ofo you hold is a tree. How come a tree from the beginning? That this tree has its elements in them, has the life in them, of which a man who is sincere holds it and speaks the truth. Whatever he says will come to pass. As he holds it and speaks the truth, he is seen as a peacemaker. How did they know? They knew because somebody somewhere told their forefathers. The trees are older than humanity. All the Iduu you hear in the Bible, when you say it's a Mishnah or you call it a book of Proverbs, those are the Proverbs of our grandfathers. Go and speak them in Igbo language, you discover what is missing in them. Those Iduu, the other day, I was privileged to see Ugeze. And I told, thank you. I told Ugeze, okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Professor, hold on a bit. Onyankuzi, sorry, I've been using the word professor. I'm just so used to it. But I'll try to adhere to your teaching, so I will use the right words. Onyankuzi.
Okay.
Onyankuzi Uku. We thank you for your lecture. And first, I will ask, where have you been all these years? If we have known you for a long time, maybe we'll be having our Igbo dictionary today. So, hang in there, Professor. Let us take Avin. Avin would want to ask you a question or make a submission with regard to your teaching. So, you will respond when he's finished.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon from here. Am I being... Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Avin?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Last time when you were here, yes, which now Edo State and Benin City now. So I've been you know, you were asking about Igodomigodo and before. So
okay, go ahead.
Igodomigodo, the dynasty that existed before, that is now Edo State. That be transformed, that is now Edo State. So
okay.
Igodo was one of the sons of Iduu. He was the senior son of Iduu, the man Igodo. So
okay, let me write it down.
Yeah.
The son of Iduu.
So the dynasty of Igodomigodo was named after his according to his name Igodo. So they call it Igodomigodo. That was his dynasty, Igodomigodo dynasty. So then this and the capital was Ibunu, that which is now called Benin, So the capital of Igodomigodo was, yes, Ibunu, which is now called Benin. So, so this present Benin now is not the real. It's not the real kingdom of Igodo. So that Igodo has been,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's not the real kingdom. So that Igodo kingdom has been overthrown. So this one is being controlled by the people of Yoruba, which is this Abama is not from Igodo. Are the one in control of this present Abama, because they have overthrown that real Igodo, which is that one they call it Ogiso. Ogiso, it's not Oba. The real name is Ogiso. That was they call the king. They call him Ogiso. So when that Igodo was overthrown, and they now formed this Oba from the Yorubas, they now formed this new one they call Benin. Then they now call him Oba. So the people in charge of this Oba now are not people of the real religion of Igodo. The people that are in power.
Evin, put it the way it is. When the Yoruba people invaded the Igodomigodo dynasty, put it like that so that we know the story. It's a story and the people are writing.
The story will be clear.
Yes. The Igodo dynasty was invaded by the Yorubas.
It was overrun by them. Okay.
So what we have now in Edo State is not the real king from the origin of Edo or Benin. So it's from the Yorubas. Yeah, they are the one in charge of that king now. So that is it. So what I want to say is this.
Okay.
If you check the history of this Igodomigodo, you discover that Igodomigodo is very ancient. It's one of the ancient kingdom.
Okay.
So now, when you are making your history and everything you are talking names in Igbo that you say, when for example now you say Abraham is Abiyama, you call the other one. The language you are using to call all this name is Igbo. So, and we all know that those states like Benin, let me call Benin, that is what we all know now. We call it Benin. Benin language. It's a very old language. So, and even in the Igbo land, there is a place that they call Iduu in the Igbo land. So, and we ask the Iduu himself in Benin in Igodomigodo, the main Iduu in Igodomigodo, and we have other extensions of Iduu in different part of let me say Nigeria. You do this, you do that, you do this. But I believe that the origin of Iduu is in Igodomigodo. So if the origin of Iduu is from Igodomigodo, which means Igodomigodo is supposed to be the oldest of the kingdom, and which means other let me use king other this from Igodomigodo. Yes. So why will Igbo language becomes a whole language or other than other language? Because what you are saying now is that most of the names you are using to call, say, Bahama, Biama, this, that, all thing you are saying is all about Igbo. But are you saying that Igbo language is the oldest language?
Okay, Avin, it's okay. Your time have expired, so Professor will respond to you. But let me tell you, do not forget that Eastern language was the major language in the place you are calling Bini. Bini never exists for many
I didn't
years.
say Bini. I say Igodomigodo.
Who was there was
I didn't say
Isam
Bini.
After my people, Isako people, Yoruba people, Isoko people, Ijo people, Ndokwa people. These were people who were living in the past, the place you are calling Iduu. When you are mentioning Iduu, you are comparing Iduu as Edo State. Edo State, only Edo State is not Iduu. Are you getting it? And the language that was speaking there was not Bini. Bini was the one that was created by the Ola Bini, they call it. You said that Bini language is very old. How Bini language is old? Is Bini language older than Esa?
I'm not.
Is Bini language older than Esa?
I said.
Is Bini language older than
Excuse
Urobo?
me.
Is Bini language as a dialect older than
I
Ijo?
didn't
It
say
is not.
language.
It was a fabricated language as a corruption of the Eastern language.
Allow me to speak
It was not only Eastern language that is being corrupted. Urobo was corrupted because the way Ika people speak and Ndokwa people, that was how Urobo was speaking. That was how even Ijo was speaking. Everyone had their own dialect, the similarities that are in this peculiar dialect.
Can I ask a question?
University, you are breaking your own rules. You are breaking your rules.
Let me finish. I'm supposed to be. I'm sorry, Avin, but I'm supposed to be the host. Avin have used his time, so I'm just taking 1 minute from between me and the professor. Anyway, let me.
No. So, please, that young man that spoke, what is his name? What is your name, sir?
My name is Evi. Evi means something. Means something in our language.
No, I said, what is your name? I'm not talking about the meaning.
Evi.
Okay. Now, Evi, my brother, you have now brought me back to the place where I'm supposed to call the beginning of this journey. Now, listen to this. The man I call Ishak, which they told his name is Isaac, gave birth to two sons by their mother. Their mother's name is Eririmbako. Eririmbako because she was lean and tall, and she is on the fair side. And when she gave birth to her two sons, the first son that came out was called, something is breaching it. Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Okay. The two sons that came out of her womb, she called the first one Isam, and called the second one Chikobo. Now, what is the meaning of Isam? We have the literal meaning of Isam, and we have the life meaning of Isam. Isam is simply all the chipmunks, those small animals that run and jump. That is one thing associated with Isam. That's one. So whoever is telling you that because the people ran away, and they call them Isam. That is a fabricated story by your own enemies who live amongst you. 2, what is Isam? Isam is actually that animal because the animal is hairy and reddish in color, which is the orange man. And the person they call Isam is actually the father of all the people you call Isam. The father of Isam is Ishak and nobody else. And Isam has a twin brother whose name is Chob and nobody else.
Oh.
If you go to Google,
Oyukwisi, hold on, please. Just hold on a minute. Sorry, don't lose your line of thought.
No.
So that we take this. Okay, so that we take it one step at a time.
Go ahead.
From what Oyukwisi has said, does anybody has a question for clarification so that we take it step by step?
No, ask Emin.
I have a question. I have a question. You have not finished with me now.
Is that
yes? Now you haven't.
Okay. So
go on.
Okay, go on. So that before Oyukwisi goes ahead.
The question I asked, you have not answered it. But let me, from what
what is the question? What is the question I've not answered?
Wait, I will ask it. I will ask 2 of them together. Then I will allow you to answer. So,
ask me question. Don't make your statements. Ask question.
Okay. I said, why is all the names that you are mentioning that because the names you are mentioning from the Bible that was changed, you are now using Igbo as a language to call all those names. Why is Igbo the language that's supposed to be used, that the original language of the Bible? So because everyone you are mentioning, you are using Igbo to call them in kind of you want to call Abraham, you say Abiyama, you want to call this one. Why? So that's my question. Then
okay.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Then the other question is the one about the one that the university was saying. He said that Bini is a new language that was created by Yoruba. So I am not talking about Benin. I am saying the Ogiso dynasty, their language. If you say Benin was not their language, then what? That language that they have at that time, that Ogiso dynasty of Igodomigodo, that language is supposed to be the oldest language, because that was the kingdom that we know that exists as of then. So that's my point. If you say the language has been language has been forgotten, so what is that particular language that they have at that time?
I hear you. Is it Efe or Igwe? Every. Please, yes. I want to beg you. Just put your ears down and listen to me. First, you are not listening to me. If you are listening to me, you will not be coming up with this question. What is dividing us is just what you are saying. I said something. I said, a man called Ishak gave birth to 2 children. Chicago. If you heard me clearly, you would have asked me a question that, oh, Isam, is there an Igbo word? So that I will answer you. Number 1, Isam is not an Igbo word. Chicago is neither an Igbo word. Now, what is Isam and Chicago? Isam and Chicago are ancient Hebrew, or what you call Hebrew words. The man in Igodomigodo the man in Isam is speaking a variant of the Hebrew language, which is why when you go to Isam land, there are so many things they call and pronounce, which is the same thing we call and pronounce, but with variations. So when I call those names are not actually Igbo names. Igbo came yesterday. Those names are actually Hebrew names, which we, who they call Igbo, speak. Are you with me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, now, what, the question is, what really happened? This is what happened. This is what happened. Like I said before, what I want to say, I don't want you to cut me off. I don't want you to cut my neck off. What I want to say is how we can heal the injury caused by Isam and Chob. There is an injury. There is an injury caused by Isam and Chob that brought about the misbehavior, that brought about the quarrels, that brought about the fights, that brought about the wars and the hatred in the land. Now, Isam himself, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
I mean others.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can hear you.
But he's hearing you.
Now, before Chob himself grew up as a man to think about marrying a wife, Isam himself being a hunter, I hope they must have told you that your forefather was a hunter. They must have told you. Isam himself, huh?
No, I
Hello?
wouldn't have been to confirm that.
No, forget my card.
Okay. Your grandfather.
Abin, are you there?
I don't reach fact there, constantly come back.
Your forefather grew up as a hunter. And as a hunter, he lived most of his life on the mountains, which is called the mountains of Isam. And where are those mountains? The mountains of Abama. The mountains in Ondo. The mountains in the present place you call Ileife. All the mountains, all the way to the land you call Oyo today, was owned by Isam himself. That is where the white man got the word and called the place Mount Seir. The word he tells you is Mount Seir. That Seir is not Seir. All the mountains I just mentioned that carry you all the way to the river you call River Niger today, in the place you call Niger State. All those environments to the river belongs to Isam. That is his hunting ground. Now,
but even part of those places are regarded as Benin. Now they have even closed Isam to a very smaller area.
Okay, now you begin to see. Now you begin to see and you begin to hear. They have closed the place. They have taken Isam's space and they have turned it to their own. I will not blame them. I will tell you why. I will tell you why I will not blame them. You don't blame them. You blame Isam. And this is where we are coming to. We are going to blame ourselves first for our misgivings. We are going to blame ourselves for our failures first before we start talking about the enemies. Now, what happened? In the process of going very far to hunt, Isam, the Kwa people, and the others, the Nupe people. And what did Isam do? Isam got married to one of them, the Kwa people, which you know as Yoruba. And those who wrote your Bible said he married the Egyptian. They say he married the Egyptian. When he brought the woman back home, his mother was not happy with him. And who is the mother? The one they told you is Rebecca. The mother was not happy with him. So from that moment he brought in those strange women to the house. The mother turned his back against him. Rather than he being sorry to ask for forgiveness and mend his ways, he continued in his truancy. He went to Ishmael's place. He brought another wife, and they said he went to Ishmael's place to bring another woman. Rather than changing his ways, he began to bring all sorts of different foreign women into the space that has been blessed by his grandfather. That was the last straw that broke the camel's back. His mother hated him for it because he was bringing women to corrupt his life and his system. They told him clearly, he said, these people you are bringing will turn you away from the worship of the Most High. These women you are bringing will turn you completely away from the worship of the Most High. And he thought it was a joke. And what happened? While he was bringing them, he was also attracting his and the others. He was attracting them. While they were coming and going, they were seeing the beauty of the environment. They were all seeing the beauty of the environment. While he was doing that, his twin brother, the one today they told you is Jacob, whose name is Jacob, was a homeboy, a boy that listens to the mother, stays with the mother, stays with the father, keeps the place neat. I'm not trying to praise Jacob. I'm not trying to praise Jacob. But he was doing things that pleased the mother. He was also doing things that the father loves. But inasmuch as his mother loved him so much, his father, Isaac, loved his first son with all his heart. And do you know what he called him? He calls him Edom, 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 my Edom. What is the meaning of Edom? Edom. Edom means the earth, the orange earth, which the Bible tells you is the red earth. And meanwhile, those who teach you did not tell you that when you travel to Saudi Arabia, it is sand and dusty environment. There is no red earth there. There are stones and dusty environment. They are importing good soils to even plant trees and plant. They didn't tell you that when you call him Edom, and the Bible says that Edom means, the Bible says that Edom means red earth. Where did you see red earth in Saudi Arabia? Where? Those of you who have gone to Jerusalem, who travel abroad, on where did you see red earth? Because anywhere you see red earth, you must see forest. There must be forest. Because you do not need to water it. As soon, whether rain falls or not, the red earth must grow its trees. Do you have trees in Saudi Arabia? People who travel. Do you have those of you who travel, please go to the Levant, from the lower Egypt to the upper Egypt. And check whether you see forest with red earth. This is where I get angry with my people. Go there if you have seen red earth before. And when you get there, please pack the red earth and bring it for us. Let us see as it is in our land. Say, I brought this red earth back home. I got it from somewhere in Saudi Arabia. This is red earth. Go and bring it. Go and bring it. Let them give you their archaeological sand. Bring the anthropological sand and archaeological sand and historical sand. Bring the red earth from Saudi Arabia and bring it down here. Let us see and compare it to what we have on ground here. Make me vessel. Make me vessel. Now, his parents called him that name Isam. Isam got married to different foreign women that displeased the parents. When it was time for Chikobu to marry, the mother said to him, you must go back to your father's people. You must go back to your father's people. In fact, to my home. Go to my home. There are good women in my home. Go and bring the person back home. Chikobu left the environment. When Chikobu left the environment, Isha could have lived. But they lived in pain. Go and read your Bible. They lived in pain because Isha was not making them happy. Isha was bringing all sorts of rubbish back home. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Professor, for that explanation. I hope that Awin is satisfied. But I want us to understand that the ancient Iduu kingdom was not ruled by neither Yoruba nor any other person that speak a dialect outside the dialect that we are speaking today.
No.
The dialect you are speaking today is being corrupted, and this is why Avin is still raising up his hand, because you have not cleared the point where the language was corrupted, which language or which dialect they were using before. These are the questions he asks you.
I'm coming now.
He wants to know.
I told him to
what
wait for me.
language were you using, and in his own idea from what they are. Everybody, you need to clear him how Edo was never, Buni was never old. Of course, you have explained the invasion of Igodomigodo. The power was taken from Igodomigodo, not from the Ogiso dynasty. Not from other families that have ruled that dynasty before Igodomigodo, before Ogiso. And I still want us to understand that this kingdom has been ruled by Eka. It has been ruled by Urobo family. It has been ruled by Isam family. Not only of the British as a country, where you have the Benin Kingdom, who fought for the Arabs, who fought for the Greeks, who fought for the Portuguese, and fought last with the British.
No,
and they created the state where they made the state the capital. This has now, of course, we black people will easily forget the line of the storyline. We must not lose consciousness.
Hold on now. You are angry. You are angry.
Thousands of years.
You are
had nothing to.
You are angry.
Let him.
Hold on. You are.
I am not angry. This is how I talk. I'm not angry.
No, when I say you are angry,
I'm not angry, and I'm not mixing things up. You know,
Hold on. Penny, give me that charger. My phone is gone down. Hold on. I want you to hold on. You see, if you don't bring the power back. If you don't get certain things correct.
I only summarize to make it easier.
No. Summarizing it does not give them the understanding of what transpired. Listen to this. Hold on. Let me power my stuff. Let me power it. because I was not able.
Okay, why your power?
I'm up.
Power because
Hold on. See, yes, it's up now.
Respond to me. You respond to me 1 minute, and after then, when we confirm that he is satisfied, then we go to 555 vision.
No,
We have a guest.
Hold on. Avi cannot be satisfied because you have not gotten to the root of. Hold on. By the time Chikobu returned, the Isam people have started their dynasty 3,300 years ago. The dynasty 3,300 years ago. And where was it? It was in the place called Udo. The place called Udo. Now, by the time Chikobu came, and there was war and there was fighting. There was serious war, there was serious fighting, and one of them killed the other. In fact, the arrow of Chikobu was what slayed Isam. These are the things that they have not told you. The arrow of Chikobu was what slayed Isam himself. That is why people are saying we need to forgive ourselves of the past and we need to come back together. When the arrow slayed Isam, then the children of Chikobu a kind of seized the place, and became the rulers of the land. But before that time, Isam have allowed his wife's people to come to the land and become chiefs. His wife's people to become to the land and become chiefs. The land we are telling you about is divided into two. One is Udo, where the real palace.
That character is still there to do.
Udo is where the real palace was. Now, this other place is actually where Iduu was living. Iduu is on this side. Adjacent to Iduu is Isam. Now, in that very place you see, you call Lebanon. That is why I asked the questions from the onset, from the beginning. They didn't give me clear answers from the beginning. The man you call Edo is Isam because of his color. Edo. Edo because he was an orange man with hairs. Edo.
No, wait, sir. Because Princess Day here. If you say that Edo is an Isam, how come Isam people have to kill Edo in order to stop because the what do you call them? The lineage of the Bini, of the Oba of Bini, they were engaging the entire every group with a human slaughter.
University
was fighting the other side.
University.
They had to kill
University.
The witch warrior.
University. University.
We're not talking about the witch they call Edo that the Oba went to
the history of the land up.
So are you saying that we have two Edo in Edo State?
Hold on, you are missing the history.
You cannot
speak now.
University. University. Please, University, you are the one that is now causing our challenge. You are mixing the things up. Don't ask a question. Are you now saying, I am talking to you? You are mixing the history up. Now listen. Before we start talking about Ogiso was in between the 10th century and the 11th century, all the way to the 13th century before the Obas came. I'm talking about 3,000 years ago from here. Father. See, Isam and his in-laws women outside his enclave. He married people outside the place where his father came from. He married people outside. It was a son who went to marry from Kwa people, all of them, and brought them back to the place and introduced the Yorubas in the land in the first place, ancient times. Now, when he and his brother fought, there was serious fight between the people and those who call you Iduu. Now, how did the word Iduu came about? Listen to this, so I want you to hear now. When the war broke out between Isam's children, Isam, his children, and the people, they asked a question: who will go for us to fight? And the people said, let Iduu go for us. Who is Iduu? Iduu is somebody's name. Iduu, like that. What they wrote in the Bible, they told you is Dan. His name is not Dan. His name is Iduani. Iduani, which today you call Chieduani. Iduani is his name. And he's I think he's the 7th son or the 9th son of Chob. He's the 9th son. They said, let Iduu go first. So when the war was won by Iduu and his children who were soldiers, they came back to the became the whole only word that is in the mouth of the people. For Dan shall be a judge and shall judge my people. For Dan shall be a judge and shall judge my people. That is how Iduani, which they told you is Dan, became the judge in the land. When the young man tells you by Iduu, everybody goes around by Iduu. So the kingdom became Iduu's kingdom. I don't know how. The kingdom became Iduu's kingdom. Now, Iduu became Iduu. Everybody in the kingdom except Isam, who was defeated, became Iduu. Whether you are Urobo, you are under Iduu. Whether you are, what do you call them? The Agbo, what do you call them? Ika. Whether you are Ika, you are under Iduu.
Eka does not really identify with Iduu, but everybody in Edo State identify with Iduu. Even Urobo doesn't identify with Iduu.
No, we
please let me clear myself now so that other people can speak, please.
Wait first. Let him finish his submission first.
No. Professor does not have to finish. Professor only have to respond.
Go ahead.
That's how we.
I'm responding. Go ahead.
Professor cannot finish because he won't. Avin, you just have 30 seconds. Please.
Okay.
Because your time was formerly exhausted. Yes.
Okay.
Vision 555 his hands has been up. I believe
we will take Vision 555 immediately. Yes. Because I think it's okay with you now. You don't need to respond.
30 seconds. Let me just say what I want to say, please, I beg. Hello? I beg.
Yeah, make it 30 seconds.
30 seconds, okay. Like what I want to declared. You know that hello? Am I coming out?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, you know that Republic of Benin was a separate entity, but still under Biafra, Republic of Biafra, Republic of Benin, before it was conquered by Nigeria. So all I'm saying now is this: the Igodomigodo. To me, I believe that there is a kind of relationship between the Igbos, and I believe that, please, that's my own what I understand and how I see it. I believe that yes, because you cannot trace the history of the Igbo now, and we all know that Igodomigodo, we know their history, and we also have many places that call Igodo, Iduu this, Iduu that in the Igbo land. So I believe that these Igbos are descendants of Igodomigodo. So I believe that. So I'm not trying to say.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
all you are saying now is this: you are hello.
Yes, go ahead.
30 seconds. I win. Unite.
One family, but
you must understand that
to begin to
there is my friend here that is called Shedi. Shedi, in my place, there is another person that is called Shedi. When I was doing my jump program at CAS in University of Ebonyi State, there was another person called Shedi there. But that does not mean that they came from the same parents.
Okay,
or that the other one is older than the other one.
Where the Igbo came from? Where Igbo came from? Where is the history? Where is the history?
That is what Professor said.
Where is the history?
Please, I don't want people to model things up.
Brimstone will get.
No, you can't just be telling people something
will
without
take care of that.
What history now?
Are you asking me?
All you are saying, no history. But me, I'm telling you
they
that.
Are telling you. He's telling you history. When Pastor TV Joshua was standing there preaching, nobody was telling him to provide the original copy of the Bible that he's using. So nobody is going to do that.
So what you are saying now is going to cause more problems.
Provide us the original copy of the original version of the Bible you're using, then so if it comes by, if it comes in handy, it will get to you also, Avin. You still get it. So we'll take it from there. Thank you so much, Avin. I don't want you to take it so emotional because we'll continue this thing on Wednesday, okay?
On Sunday, not Wednesday.
Okay, on Sunday. So, Avin, are you okay now? Because your time has
not
elapsed.
Okay, but let other people speak because everything.
you are not,
I'm not okay.
You are not going to be okay on this matter. Please, we'll start again on Wednesday. But if you have any other thing later, you can come up, okay? Okay, Avin.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you.
Thank you. 5 Vision, is it still there?
Okay.
Oh
Yes. Thank you, University Otunwamwanya. Yeah, our big brother, onye nkuzi, onye ozizi emetuchai.
Ndewo.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the teachings you are giving. Really, you are we are televising it here from our YouTube, and what you taught us last week made me to understand that our people is very hungry in knowing the truth, and a lot of questions are coming, and we believe that you still have more questions to answer because we can say Nikotego oku, and that oku
I'm very much ready.
the history, this history of Igodomigodo, Iduu, and the Bini Asian, if you think it very deep, you will see that even the downfall of Nigeria come from that area. Started from there.
Exactly.
Then, and the all finger is pointing in that place, even starting for the creation of this earth. Then, everything you are mentioning, when I asked you a question last week concerning Garden of Eden, the way you mentioned before volcano eruption divided this earth. Now,
beautiful.
Now, I want to ask one question. I have 4 questions. I have four questions, but I will start from number 1. Eh?
Hold on.
Yes.
Professor, let him finish, right?
No, as he said he wants to ask 4 questions. I want to write them down.
Preaching this, let me say, the chronology of Bible and everything. Then,
yes.
Number 1 question: do you believe in evolution, which they said human being transformed from animals? Yeah.
I'll answer you directly. Okay. Let me answer you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
That's number 1. I like the way you answer yes or no. Then number 2. Then the way you preach this gospel, because when I read Bible of our people. Now, and J does not exist for a very long time, even before the creation of Jesus. J does not exist, and they added this name, and now you give the name Chikobo, and you give the other one Isiako, and Isaac and Jacob.
And
Asa. Now Asa, and there's a way you call it Isiama before, Abi?
Isiama is Ishmael.
Ishmael. Now Isiama, that is Esha, no? Isiama Afaruku. Because in Asian or in this Edo state side, we used to hear them when they are doing their argument. They used to say that their own people is in Abia state. Okay, now this Isiama and Isiama Faruku, did they have anything to do together? That is number 2 question. Then, number 3 question. This is connecting to the one found in Egypt, which you told us that is Egypt.
Yes. Egypt, yes.
Yeah, that pyramid. Okay. How does it connect with that one in Egypt? Then, and maybe another day you may teach us the history of this Cain and Abel, because we heard that Cain killed Abel.
Will be a long time coming, so that we'll finish.
Yes, that's and that pyramid, please.
The pyramid. Now, the pyramid you're talking about, the one at Nsugbe. Do you know that there was one at Aro?
No.
You didn't know about it. There are 2 places that the so-called Greeks saw pyramids in our land. Number 1 is where you just mentioned, in Nsugbe. and the other one is in Aro. A place where they in those days, in the ancient times, they said something that those who lived between Libya, Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia, that they decided that they will build a pyramid that will go to high heavens. So the building of pyramid is not only because our people had the materials to build pyramid, the stones and the tar, what you call kota, the stones and the tar, they mix them together to build pyramid. Now the Nsugbe pyramid and our own pyramid, you cannot point a hand that the one in Egypt is older. The reason is this: everything about our people, the Europeans decided to hide them and throw them away and lock them up, and chose the one they will advertise and the one they will accept, and threw ours away, forgetting that the world you see, that human beings in exactly 1,770 years from Madwana, the Most High scattered the people. He scattered the people and their languages. Everybody moved. And the question now is, where was that pyramid, the one they built and call it the pyramid of Nimrod? Ethiopia and Sudan, but the Most High scattered it and destroyed it first, and they decided that they will go to Elam. I don't know if you know where they call Elam. Elam is present day Iraq and Iran. The present day Iraq, a plain, the plain of Elam. And who decided to build that? It was the grandson of Ham, the one known as Ham. And what did they say? They said, this time, we are going to build this one. We will take it very high, up into the sky, come down and go as their enemies. And they decided they will kill their enemies. And when our father saw that their heart was not right in themselves, he scattered and destroyed the place and set confusion everywhere. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I want you to understand the dating. The dating. The Europeans will tell you they saw some artifacts that have stayed 2 million years ago. How do you know it was 2 million years? A machine told you that it's 2 million years. Now, if and only if we believe the developmental environment where they live, for instance, why will the dates differ? Why will the buildings be different? It was as soon as people began to disperse that some developed a very fantastic understanding of what they wanted. But as long as the people were living together, everything they did was the same. So the issue of the pyramids at Nsugbe and the one in Arochukwu, Ojali, the place is called Ojali, the one in Ojali, I cannot sit down here now and to our forefathers, we are moving from one place to another, and when they saw how people were doing things, they also learned and did their own. So I agree with you concerning the pyramid at Nsugbe. The Nsugbe pyramid and the Ojali pyramid in Arochukwu. There are two of them. Are you with me, sir?
Yes, yes, I'm with you. But what you said the original plan of a pyramid is because of the tower. The tower they said they will build to heaven.
That is the way. That's how pyramid is built now. Pyramid is built like a triangle.
Mm-hmm. But why did the scientists telecommunication ever created?
Okay, let me tell you. You see, there's an information coming to us.
Yes.
That they saw some pyramids somewhere at the snowy cold region in Alaska, and there are some pyramids they saw beyond Alaska, and that they believe that the old civilization, the civilization before our civilization, were the ones that built those stuff and left them behind. And I also got another school. The ones we call mighty men, which are the angels, that these people came in down here and fixed the place for us to live in.
Which are the colossus?
The
colossus.
I also heard it was designed by the reptilians.
The what?
The colossus.
That is the one name that they call them now.
Okay.
They call different names. They call different names. But my old school of things behind that will help them monitor what we are doing. Now, when you say the pyramid is a source of information, I may not. Let me put it correctly. There are different ways of information. Number one, information could be by sight. When you see something, you say, this place, because this thing is here, that means this place is like this. And there are some that are built where you mount instruments or equipments or gadgets where you can receive information or disseminate information. So between the two of them, I really don't know the one you are asking for. Whether it's a place where they transmit telecommunication and radio or telephone information, or the place where people see as a reference point for them to continue their journey.
Asian communication.
For Asian communication. Well, but I hope you know that Asian communication is actually older than our people. When I say our people, I mean humanity. The Asian communication is older than humanity.
How?
It's older than the one they told you is Adam. The one they called Adam, that communication is older than Adam. I am of the school of thought that beings, supernatural beings, we are in charge of this place. And when you read the Bible that is given to you, he said, and he prepared the place for man. So the question is, who prepared the place for man? And up to today, you and I have not seen the one that prepared the place for Madonna. So whatever he prepared for Madonna, there are certain things he left behind. So when we say ancient communication, remember what they also told us, that they came down to stay with humanity, and unfortunately, they corrupted humanity, which also means that there are certain things they also handed over to the people who were there before us, which we are not privy of. And possibly that is what you're calling the ancient communication.
But the Americans say that they were, let's say, some Americans, some astronauts, some self-acclaimed astronauts claimed claim that they were just some kind of bloody alien who were looking for habitat.
People who are looking for habitat. Okay, you know, this American and British.
According to claims.
Yes, this American and British scientists, they have done more harm to this earth than any other person can think of. Number one, those who wrote or designed the geography, the maps which we use today. Those
Chob is coming.
Those
okay, Professor, before you continue again, sir, because you know that your men are waiting here.
Yes, it is my brother.
So the last we would like to give.
I will get. We will discuss that later.
Are you guys not seeing my hands?
Sorry. I was going to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Going to say, Professor.
Go ahead.
Shit. I was going to say Chuku Maize. After Chuku Maize, then Jacob Biora will come. So, Dr. Professor, you will respond to Chuku Maize when he's finished, sir.
Okay, no problem.
But the Isiama and this Afaruku, he didn't answer anything there.
No, I'll answer.
He has not answered.
I'll get back to you. Don't worry. I'll get back to you. Are you going to? I'll get back to you.
If you have pen and paper, just note some certain things down so that when you have a full time, you run them down, or we finish it on Sunday.
Okay, number one.
Sorry, university. Moyokusi.
Yes.
You were going to answer the Isiama question he asked, right?
I was going to answer it, yes.
Let him just okay. So just answer before we go to Chukwumeze.
My brother.
Sorry, no, so that I can drop down. Is anyone going to provide me his number? So
yes.
I can drop so that other people can.
Yes. See, the Isiama stuff, it is not just the Afaruku Isiama.
Brimstone, Professor, wait, sir, hold your line of thought, I beg. Let us settle Brimstone first. Who is going to contact Brimstone because he is very serious about getting those materials? You know,
yeah, he said
Professor Eyokuse has told him he should inbox me. I will send him the number. He has to settle that.
Okay, that's
have
right.
Have you follow each other, please?
I'll follow now.
He has said that. Okay. Inbox me or follow me. I will send you his details for you to reach him.
Dr. Go ahead, the novice.
So who am I speaking to?
For answering the Isiama question.
Okay, my brother. The Isiama Faruku people are not the only Isiama we have in our land. We have another Isiama around Idoma houses. So when you talk about Isiama, what brought about Isiama and those people who scatter as Isiama? They are only trying to identify with their own father, who is actually the firstborn of Abama. Today, they live amongst us. That is why sometimes I tell people this Igbo thing is what divides us. Every one of them now agree that they are Igbo. But those of them who still remain in the land of Igala don't identify as Igbo. Because Igbo is what divides us. Like that young man from Igodomigodo. He doesn't know that the word Igodo is also a Bri word and also Igbo word. Igodo, Ime Igodo. He doesn't know. To him, I Igbonize everything. To him, Igodomigodo is his land. And now, Igodomigodo, is it different from Igbo language? The answer is no. So if you, the Asian man, is calling Igodomigodo, and the Igbo man is calling Igodomigodo, that means both of you are one. So what am I saying? Isiama people and the other Isiama in Idoma, and the Isiama in Alangwa, and Isiama all over. These people are telling you simple and straight that they are the descendants of Isiama. Simple and straight. They are the descendants of Ishmael. And all the story they told you about Ishmael being driven far away, not staying close. But even the book of Joshua tells you that, look, that the young man did not go too far away, that his father used to visit him. In fact, let me also tell you, the wife that Ishmael, which they told you is Ishmael, married, it was Abama who helped him to marry the wife. He only set them somewhere away from Ishmael, not that he drove them into the desert. It is not desert. He sent them somewhere away from Ishmael. So when they give you that information in the Bible, as though these people were scattered, no, they were separated one from another because they had the highlands, which are the mountains, the valleys, and the lowlands. Some of them went east, west. Some of them were just moved apart. They moved apart, and they kept moving. Anywhere they get to, they stayed with the people they see. So these people we discriminate with, they are people. Ishama is one of them. And I'm also going to give you another example. I'm going to give you another example. One of the children of let me check it. One of the descendants of Keturah, which is Abiyama's wife. His name is Elder, and they put an elder, Eda. And today, who are the Edas? You know where Eda is now? From Igodomigodo to Eda, what is the distance? It's not for you to go down the road as you go to Auchi. You continue down the plains to Eda. The Eda you have in the Bible, you still have the Eda here. And two of them are the same meaning. Look at the meaning. Let me give you the meaning. The meaning in our language of Eda, heaven or the Most High is known. Heaven or the Most High is known. When they tell you that it means so in Hebrew, now to you, the Hebrew language that it has its meaning is somewhere in Jerusalem, somewhere in Levant. You don't look behind you to ask yourself, these names, what do they really mean and what are the actual thing written? Because any name you come across with a J and somebody tells you that it is Hebrew, it is 1,000,000% a lie. So my brother, the Ishama people, they are one people, they are the descendants of Ishama, the direct descendant of Abiyam. They are.
Thank you. You know, one strong archaeology from Britain, one of the strongest archaeology of this world, said that the history of this world can never be correct until Africa is revisited, and that's why your program is getting more interesting, because you are mentioning things that our heart desires, because all of us are hungry to this message. Yeah. Thank you so much. I back I hold my mic here. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Professor, you will need to take a break because you need to drink some water or drink some liquid there.
University, can I speak? I don't understand. If you don't want me to speak, put me down, please.
Do you want to, University, okay. Do you want to take a break or you want me to take a break?
I want to take a break, but we want to take Chukwu Maize and Jack Obiora. But Professor, we need you to be prompt, to be fast when you answer them. So we take a little break.
Okay.
Of course, the co-hosts, they need to drink something too. So that, because I don't want to go outside. I'm enjoying your lecture. If I go out, I don't hear what is going on. I don't want to miss it.
Okay. So when you take the break, for how long are you coming back? Is it taking to come back?
It's just 5 minutes. So 5
minutes
or
break.
10 minutes for
5 minutes break.
It does enough for you to drink water, right?
Go ahead. So who is asking the question? What question is that? Before you go on the break.
It's a Chukuma is it? Our own, our one and only Chukuma is it? But Professor, you go explain to us the children of Chikobu, but I didn't get that point. So Chukuma is it? Go ahead, you and Jack Obiora, before we will start with Mighty Daughter.
University. Honest. Well, I want to say sorry for my overreaction because I had to pause work to come ask the question I want to ask.
No, Vess. I know say you don't date there too. Yeah.
So anyway, Dibia, thank you for coming here again today. Honestly, what you're saying is not like I'm not like kind of like surprised, although these are new information, but I'm not surprised because I have gone past the stage of me going through what you call cognitive dissonance. Like when a lie has been told to people for so long, it becomes true to them. And all of a sudden, when you introduce the real truth to them, it starts to mess up with their psychic and their sense of thinking. So, thank you for what you're saying. And honestly, first of all, the day that I came across a particular verse in that Bible, which is Galatians chapter 4, verse 24, where he says that, be careful because all these things you are reading is an allegory. Then I started asking myself, what is this allegory? I went and looked for it in the dictionary. It told me it's a story with hidden meaning. So now I started asking myself, how can a book of faith that you tell people this is how to get salvation, all of a sudden become a story? Okay, even if it's a story, that is okay. But why does it have to have an hidden meaning behind it? That is when I said...
Spiritual book will have an ego.
So that's when I said, man, this is all a joke. Anyway, and also, you said something about Esawiwo. How did you say the name? You said something about Esawiwo and how he was marrying different wives from different places.
Esawiwo, the one born with hers.
Yes. So now that you said how he was marrying different women from different places that brought in their beliefs and everything, it kind of clicked something in my mind. Because now it now tells me that story of Solomon in the Bible is actually a depiction of Esa, Pharaoh Solomon of Egypt, and the Mansa Musa of the Maliki Empire. The wealth.
Okay, of Maliki Empire, yes.
So I'm like, this is really very, very mind-blowing. But now my question is, because first of all, before I go to my question, let me just say one thing. First of all, if I want to write a history about anything, even if it is any other language, even if I'm translating it in another language, the actual name of what I'm writing is not supposed to be changed. Because in English language, you cannot change a noun. So now all of a sudden, they've changed the names, the original name to something else. That means if a book starts with lies, that means the book is actually a lie. That's just simple.
Now you understand my ideology. Once you lie about the names of the actors, your book is a lie.
So another thing I want to say, our minister 55 Vision was talking about the history. They said a man started 7,000 years ago. Do you know why they put that in that Bible? Because they're trying to back up their own origination, because they came from the lab, and this happened 7,000 years ago. And they actually evolved into humans. They look like animals with tails before. So they are kind of creating histories to back up the lies that they have done over the years. So
by attaching themselves to Noah.
Yeah, like when you talk about the Swiss canal that was dug by the American and the Britain, is because to back up that allegory that they put in the Bible that Moses crossed the Red Sea. So everything that they are doing, and the same thing now they are trying to do now with the place where you have Levant. So all this is now coming into cognizance with me. So please, what I want to ask you is, the kingdom, the empire called Biafra that existed, So
yes.
does it mean that, is it actually true that it stretched down from where you talk about where Esa and his people was,
Okay.
all the way
Yes.
to Congo? Was that the actual Biafra Empire? And also, why is it that? Oh my God, this is just skip out of my. So okay, the question, the final question I want to ask is like, why is it that these so-called people, that is trying to tell us the history of the world, that came with all these stories and all these things,
okay,
why is it that to them they believe that they are the one that have the actual history and not us? And why do you think that up to now they are not still trying to own up to that mistake or to that, how do I even put, to that plot that they did over time? And how are we going to rectify this issue that we're having? Because, and also the final question I'm going to ask you, because looking at this history you've just spoken about, is it okay to say that the first reunification of our people was the Biafra war that happened between 1967 to 1970? For us to officially discover who we are as a people. That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, I will answer you, and I will start from the last one. Are you okay by that?
Yeah, yes, sir. Please go ahead.
I will start from the last one. The Biafra itself, Ibri Afar itself, like you rightly asked, it is the beginning of the unification. I will say to you, very correct, 100% correct. When we try to unify Isam and Chikobo, that was when Oramia, the one they told you is Rimkayon, came with his witchcraft and took over the land of my own grandfather. Live there today, buried a virgin girl with a yam and palm oil, with other things they did there to scatter the people not to come back to the land. Now, that land is now under the purview of those people. I may not call their names. And from Senegal, which is the Gambia, that runs all the way to Congo, the capital of that land, you know, is Biafra, the ancient Biafra. That is the land. And when you call it,
Professor, can you repeat that?
I said from Senegal, or you call the Gambia, all the way to Congo, actually is the land they told you is Biafra. But the question is, was it Biafra ab initio? The answer is no. What was the name? The name is Ibiri Afar. Ibri Afar. Because
yes, you can.
Ibri Afar.
You can find that in Jubilees.
That is actually what is in the ancient map.
Yes, because
and you can find that in Jubilees. You can find that in the book of Jubilees.
But do you mean is the land or the capital of this area you mentioned?
The entire land belongs to Abama. Remember, your Bible says that I'm going to give you a land that flows with milk and honey, a land for you and your descendants, a place where water comes from the ground to water the place. He promised Abiyama. The first one was what he gave to Madwana. But the second one, he gave specific instructions. Go back to Genesis. Go back to Genesis. Every issue of two. When you go back to Genesis, you look at the promises he made to Abiyama. The promise is the land that flows with milk and honey. What is the milk? The milk is crude oil and gas. Running from A to B, and they made a... So, my brother, the truth is, Ojukwu came trying to unify us. Remember, he captured, he went back for Edo, as he was going back to Lagos, whatever happened between him and Banjo, Banjo sold out, and you saw what happened, and that attempt failed. And let me give you what I take out of the failure of that attempt. It failed because over the years, Chukwuka Abama has never used soldiers to win his battle directly. What do I mean? Check all the histories from the beginning between his encounter with humanity, which is written in the Bible. You discover that before the soldiers must go to war, the priests and the prophets must know their salt and their onions. Because Chukwuka Abama will direct the prophets and the priests on what to do, the sacrifices to be made, what to say to the soldiers, and at least one priest or two or three and the prophet must join in the battle by praying for them and making sure that at all times they get information from the one who has given them the land. And if they do that, they succeed. They succeed. But in the days of Ojukwu, they thought it was just bullets and fire and brimstone to win the battle. But he has opened our eyes. But today, he decided by himself to do the needful. Because he says that in the days when he shall return the captivity of Omo Israel, he said, all of them shall bring forth the goods of the Gentiles. Because the season to return back to the land of the beginning is coming. So what did he do? He sent his messenger, the one that wins battles and never lost anyone. And who is that messenger? The prophet. In the person of Okezie Mirikos, to come down and undo every evil that was done in our land through the basic atonement process by scattering everything that the enemies did to scatter us. And when he did his atonement, traveling all over our land, praying and shouting, the final word was, go to Igodomigodo. Going to Igodomigodo. Onyendu has finished. I'm not saying that anything should happen to him. Don't get me wrong. Onyendu Nnamdi Nwankeye Ojukwu has finished his work. It is now left for us, the foot soldiers, the Ihechowa of our time, which you know as Joshua, now our Prime Minister, Simon Njoko, to dish instructions to his soldiers to make sure that the weapons that is needed to stop the enemies in the way is provided. That is Joshua's work. So that is it. Then number two, that's your bed no go work. That bed no go work now.
Please, I want to ask you a question, please.
I'm not finished with the person that asked the first one now.
I want to say something too, please. Please, I need to go back to work. Please, can I just use a few minutes to talk, please?
Is that Mighty Dot?
Until person run mad. I want to ask a question.
Yes.
I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Is that
Mighty,
who is causing person? Please don't cause person. Sorry. Is that
Okay,
Mighty Dot?
No, it's not Mighty Dot.
Yes.
It is Meta 4, I think.
Mighty Dot is saying that I want to go back to work.
It's Mighty Dot that is supposed to be talking now. Obiora, so wait, Mighty Dot, you go because you're always at work at this point, so that we don't take your time.
Okay, let Mighty Dot go. Okay.
Yes, thank you. I work inside the aircraft, so when I go back, I'll lose signal. So I just wanted to be able to talk right now. I'm following through YouTube. I'm a True Vision 555. Thank you, my brother, for broadcasting this thing. My goodness, I'm here shaking, vibrating. Who is this man? Who is this man speaking? For goodness me. I have been waiting for somebody that speaks like this with this ancient knowledge. I have been waiting. I used to say this name, Jacob. It's not the name, it's Jacob. But that's everything this man is saying. I'm here vibrating, ghost people all over my body. Goodness me. You see this word, English, this English alphabet is the corrupt version of our ancient alphabet. If you look at our alphabet, we put dots on our alphabet, both on the bottom and the top. We put a mark on the top on some of our alphabet. Then when they came and stole our alphabet, they now remove all those dots. English alphabet is a corrupt version of the true alphabet of the ancient people, and the insipidity is not of this planet Earth. Insipidity was given to our ancestors by those that came to visit them. They used it to communicate with those people. Those people taught our ancestors insipidity so that they can have a communication.
Yes.
And when they left, our ancestors used those insipidity to communicate.
Yes.
My goodness, we need to find insipidity, because that is what is going to restore the hidden code, the hidden language, the clue. We need to begin to learn insipidity, find it, because when we know insipidity, we will discover a hidden secret in our land. Only insipidity, that secret was hidden in insipidity.
Correct.
There is a secret in our land, hidden in insipidity. When we learn that language, we will be able to unlock a code that will be the liberation of this planet Earth. Mazi Simon Ekpa is the Lianvata. That man, that Ohaneze, the spirit of our ancestors use him to call out that name.
Can you hear him? Mighty Dots. Can anybody hear him?
Yes,
Mighty Dot.
I heard what he said now.
Yeah,
I think he's been cut off.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been cut.
Okay.
He's been cut out. But Professor, before you continue, I asked myself on the last program, where have this man been for a long time? Anyways, thank you, Professor Enoho,
Nigeria will burn.
for
Instead of him to be killed, Nigeria will burn. Mazi Simon Ekpa is a very, very dangerous entity that the world have never seen. They have never seen what is in that man. He is a very dangerous entity. Obasanjo saw it because some dangerous entity revealed that to him, that the one that they've been scared of, that the one that the world has been waiting, that the world has been trembling, that the world has been scared, that he should never be born, that he should never come. That one already has been existing. And when the time came, he was activated. Maji Simon Ekpa, the world, the powers that be did not want him to come into this world. They've been waiting, they've been searching the Vatican City, every one of them. They have been searching for that one, the prophecy. There's the one that is coming, that will be a destruction of them. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, the Britain, they say that they believe that the coming of Biafra is the end of the world. Because they know that law and order will be restored. Oh, my brother. Goodness me, do you know what is happening? Do you know what is about to happen? You see, these people have known who we are. Yes?
Mighty
Hello?
Dot, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mighty Dot.
Thank you very much, Mighty Dot.
I'm grateful for your comment.
I wanted to say thank you, Enoho, for bringing Professor Metuchai Onyankuzi closer to Biafra. And you come closer to Biafran people, and you are doing the exact thing that you came here for. And we are moving head on. Before you continue, Professor, I want to ask Chuku Maize, our brother, if he was finished with his question, so that
okay, yes, because he's the one I've been waiting for.
Okay. Chukwumazi.
Did I answer the first one to you? Did I answer the first one?
Chukwumazi, unmute yourself and say something, please.
I think he gave a thumbs up.
Yeah,
He said yes.
I can see his thumbs up.
Okay.
Please give mic to this metaphor. Let him speak, or we take him down.
Okay, metaphor, please. You have the mic. 3 minutes, please.
If he's not ready, don't leave him on the mic. It's okay.
Okay, metaphor.
Metaphor, can you hear me? If you can, unmute yourself and you have 3 minutes, please.
Metaphor, you wanted to say something before. You have the chance now, please.
Maybe you can bring him down and bring him up again.
Okay, doing that.
Mazife, you've been quiet all day. You've been quiet.
I'm learning now. I don't want to say anything.
I want.
But the only thing where I want him to touch very well is that that connection between what happened in that Igodomigodo area. I want him to.
He will do that. He will do that. We are breaking him. We've been breaking him since. Hopefully, he will finish it today.
Yeah, I'm not sure he will be able to finish it today because we start again on Sunday, like he said. Before we take Jack and Chibwike and Chukwumaize again, let us drink some water, please.
The white man taught us to build houses. Whereas before we used to use clay to build our houses to maintain the temperature inside at 26 or 27 degrees centigrade. Now all of a sudden it's all breeze block. There's a conductor of heat. Let's put that to one side for you to build a house. Let me tell you how clever the Fulanis are with their British advisors. Everybody needs shelter at some point. If you're successful in life, you're bound to build a house. Even if you don't build, you're bound to rent a house. You're not going to sleep outside. The landlord that built the house, or the owner of the house, must have built the cement. You see how clever they are. The Fulanis thought to themselves, let us control the cement industry. How are they going to control it? By killing off and closing every other cement producer in the country. So that only one man is not going to produce the cement, he's going to import the powder and pack it somewhere in Lagos. That's how you have done this. Over the years. Some of you may have forgotten, when my uncles used to work at 9% cement factories in Calais, used by Dr. Michael Obama. 9% is called Calais cement. Some of you have forgotten, but I'm sure if you're as old as I am, you remember BCC Lions book. Have you forgotten Lions Cement? From Benue. BCC means Benue Cement Company. They used to have cement in Benue State. There was Elephant Cement, Igbo Cement, Ashaka Cement, Boham Cement, even in Benton Adidas Cement. Now, let me, people complain, they don't have any jobs, they are mistress, they have no jobs. But you people, the same forum that you people idiotically voted to one single forum. Headline Obasanjo is saying that Igbophobia in Nigeria. They have never seen Nigeria. This is the guy who went to the east and shot people dead because they wanted Biafra. Obasanjo killed. He was one of the officers that obtained the surrender of Biafrans. They were asking for a nation. Obasanjo and others, Danjuma, Buhari, Babangida, they went to the east and killed people, Murtala, and killed people up to 3.5 million people. They did not even apologize for it. And some, maybe 60 years later, you are saying that you suddenly found out that people hate Igbos. When you, I'm in Nigeria's uniform, went and killed children, women, men, boys, who are of Igbo extraction. But the way you describe it is a bit more grievous and what is grievous? What is more grievous than war? No, it cannot be exactly what you're going to. They are worse.
a hurry. Make a hurry. Don't ask me. Wait and see. Make a hurry. Don't ask me. Wait and see. I say. I was told that in Kuwait they have categories of citizenship. They have the first class one, the second, the third, and the fourth. Is that what you said? They said those who are in the first class are those of them that fought the Iraqis when they came. Is that correct? Some people stayed here and they fought. They knew they would be outnumbered and overwhelmed. But out of honor and dignity, they stayed and they fought. And between you and me, I'm being very honest, if there is one thing we don't have as black people, we don't have honor, we don't have dignity. I never come again.